Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 5 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 5-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 2 minutes from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 2-minute time check, stations. Attention, stations on the network. Our broadcast will begin in 1 minute from my mark. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, mark. That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, this is Montana State Bobcat Basketball. Brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality. Montana State University, mountains and mines. And by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
Familiar rivalries, Montana State and Montana for the 309th meeting all time. It's the Bobcats and the Grizzlies from Missoula. Hello, everybody. My name is Keaton Gillogly. Pleasure to be with you on this Saturday night. And sitting to my right at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position is Brian Priebe. Brian, how we doing?
I'm doing good. Easy drive over. The weather's been kind to us today, and it's 70 degrees inside the Adams Center.
Yes, so we're getting ready to go, and it is a big-time ball game and a big-time matchup today. And look, Brian, we're heading into what's basically the final full week of January. Next weekend it'll be Sac State and Portland State. That'll take us into February. But you look at the Big Sky right now as we get ready for this matchup today between the Bobcats at 3-4 in conference, Montana at 5-2, and it's just there is so much parity in the league right now. Absolutely anything can happen.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the way that the games went today, Northern Colorado's really the only team with separation.
Yep.
Everybody else is somewhere between 2 and 5 losses or so, and that gives the Bobcats the opportunity today. A win puts them at 4-4 in conference play with a couple home games upcoming. It drops Montana to 5-3, a game back, but you hold now the tiebreaker, and you get the follow-up matchup in Bozeman in February.
Yeah, so there's a lot on the line here for Montana State, and a great opportunity to keep moving up the standings despite that 0-3 start as we get ready for this matchup between the Bobcats and the Grizzlies. And we go ahead, dive right into our opposing team profile and see why this Grizzlies team is going to be in hot water today. Presented by Mountain Hot Tub. Mountain Hot Tub is Montana's largest hot tub dealer since 1979. Your authorized hot spring spa dealer with locations in Bozeman, Butte, and Helena. All right, Brian, what should we know about this Montana team?
Well, this is not the team any Bobcat fan saw a year ago. This team has 2 guys back. Everybody else is new, and they are full of transfers, and they're a talented bunch now. Money Williams, Malik Moore, Brandon Whitney, Pridgeton. They've got a really good core in that starting 5 that is really, really strong. They're not a very good rebounding team, and they really feed off the three-point ball. No better example of that than their game at Idaho State last week, where in the first half they couldn't miss from behind the arc. They led by 8 at the break. They lost that game by 24 when they went cold in the second half, got out-rebounded by 20-plus in the second half. A little bit of a front-runner mentality, to be honest with you. When they get leads, they just make shots, but they have a hard time playing from behind.
For Montana State, they've played from behind many a time in this season. They've also played from in front, then ended up behind in a couple of games. But it will be interesting to see who jumps out first. And this is such a great example of how tight the league is when you look at these two teams, these two programs, and what they've done. We mentioned the records, right? Montana is 5-2, but they're -3 per game in Big Sky play. The Bobcats 3-4. They're +2 in scoring in Big Sky games. So Montana State has a better point differential than Montana currently has, despite the fact they're 2 games back in the standings.
Yeah, and if you look at Montana's record in league games, they're 5-2, like you said. Ignoring the last place win, they've won games by 2, 4, 5, and 5. Their 2 losses by 24 and 25. That's that inconsistency and kind of that front runner mentality. Things kind of snowball for them when they get behind. So it'll be interesting to see. This is obviously home court. It's a tough place to play for anybody wearing blue and gold, but the Bobcats have an opportunity, especially if they can play from in front.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that they've had those 2 massive blowouts while Montana State has had their struggle, but they really haven't been blown out by any mid-major opponents. And as the season goes on, I mean, things continue to look like that non-conference schedule was as difficult as we thought. Omaha recently just beat St. Thomas in a battle of the unbeatens in the Summit League. Cats won at Omaha. Barrington Hargress, who went off against the Cats for UC Riverside, he threw up a 40-burger about a week or 2 ago. So we have seen a lot of these teams that Montana State played were as good as advertised now that we're in the thick of conference play.
Yeah, without question. And then add into that the Big Sky Conference is just very even. There's just not much difference. Even look at Northern Colorado. They're up there at 6-1, feeling good about life. Yeah. Got a road win today at Eastern Washington, but they're a team that's winning by 2, 3, 4. Like, they're not beating people big, and so it's going to come down to the end of this season. Everybody's going to feel like they got a shot in Boise.
Yeah. Speaking of Northern Colorado, so they did win today at Eastern Washington, but it was not easy. They won 70 to they won 70 to 61. Is that right?
No, they won by 5.
Yeah, they won by 5.
But Eastern had 2 of the worst turnovers in recorded history on their last 2 possessions, and they went 2 for 4 from the foul line in the final minute. So Eastern had a lead and just threw it away at home. Ends up losing by 5.
Yeah, so 67-62, which puts Northern Colorado now at 7-1, and Eastern Washington at 2-6. So yeah, they were right there, and this was after they just lost that crazy finish at Idaho on Thursday when Colton Mitchell hit a contested 3 from way on back there to win that ball game. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll talk with head coach Matt Logie in just a bit. We'll talk about some of the parity in the league right now. Talk with him as well about Brandon Walker's consistency as of late, and then, of course, getting into the X's and O's of this matchup. But first, we are taking a timeout. It's Montana State and Montana, 2 classic rivals in Missoula tonight. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
Back on the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Montana today. One of the most played rivalries across all of college basketball is renewed tonight for the first time this season. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, getting ready for our tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. All right, Brian, let's dive into our Kendall Ford keys to the game today. What are we looking for in this matchup?
Well, I think there's probably 3 things, and, it's a rivalry game, so you got to have 3 keys, not 2.
Yeah, of course.
The first would be good start to both halves. That's really important. Again, Montana, when they get in front, they just get rhythms going. And so you want to just find ways to stay out front, even by 2 or 4. So good starts. This is going to be a 3-and-D game, though. It's going to be 3-point shooting. Montana is second in the league in shooting the 3, but they're 8th in the league in defending it. Bobcats don't have great percentages, but they're top 2 in the league in 3-pointers made per game, and I think that's going to come a long way to deciding this. If the Cats could shoot a little bit higher percentage, say start skirting around 40 tonight, I think that could be a difference maker. And then the D, clearly, both teams play great physical defense. Bobcats are a little bigger, a little longer. That defense has got to end with rebounding. The Grizz are 10th, and 10th by a long shot in the conference in defensive rebounding. and that is something Montana State has to take advantage of tonight. Got to win on the glass.
Yeah, overall, Montana is -2 on the glass, and in conference play, they're -7 overall in the rebounding battle. You know, the other thing that I'll be looking for, too, as it relates to the rivalry game, for Montana, it's only 2 guys on their roster right now that have played meaningful minutes in this rivalry. That's Brandon Whitney and Trajan Sawyer. For Montana State, they've got a number of guys. Jed Miller is going to get his kind of real first opportunity to be a key cog in this rivalry. Obviously, Sam Lecklot, Tyler Patterson, who is starting, by the way. Should have led with that a little bit earlier, despite the shoulder injury. He will be starting the ball game today, so he's missed just one. But sometimes it takes a second to learn what that rivalry really means.
Yeah, and Brandon Walker's the other guy who's got some experience in this. I think the other thing about rivalry games, it's often the guy off the bench. There's going to be one guy tonight. If I was putting money for the Cats, I'd say it's McMahon or Mullins. If I was saying for the Grizz, I think it's Patterson or Bradkey. But there's always that guy off the bench who goes for 10 or 12, and that can turn the momentum and the overall flow of the game when one guy comes in, knocks down a couple shots, gets a couple big plays, whatever it might be. Who's that going to be tonight here in the Brawl of the Wild?
Right. Well, I don't know, where would you feel like the depth is for these two teams? I mean, for Montana State, we've talked about the depth a lot, and it has been a strength. How do you compare that for these two teams?
Yeah, I don't think it's that different. I'd say the Cats are probably a little deeper just because they've changed the lineup now, and so they've got some guys that have played extended minutes. But with Garacki likely not playing tonight with a little ankle injury, that puts them, a pretty big ding in that experience bucket that they could bring to this rivalry.
Yeah. Garacki is out today, and then Tyler Patterson is in today. So Patterson starts a new streak after his 147 games played streak was snapped last week. All right, we'll take a break. When we get back, we'll take a look around the rest of the Big Sky. We'll tell you how the women's game played out. Boy, that was a thriller here earlier today as we get ready for the Bobcats and the Grizzlies. Coming up after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Grotto Meats, handcrafted charcuterie, fine butchery, and award-winning smoked meats, sustainably sourced in Montana, creating delicious new takes on classic favorites with local ingredients and a chef's ingenuity. Grotto Meats preserves the best of Montana in every bite. Visit the Grotto Meats retail shop located at 611 North Wallace in Bozeman. Open Tuesday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. until 6:30 p.m. and Saturday from 10 a.m. until 3 p.m. Also at local retailers and restaurants. Shop online at grottomeats.com, Instagram, and Facebook.
Hi, I'm Bill Coffey, CEO of Stockman Bank. As a family-owned and operated community bank, we are focused only on serving the people, businesses, and communities of Montana. And now we are proud to be named one of the world's best banks by Forbes. We thank our customers for the trust you have put in us to meet your financial needs. If you don't know us, stop by and discover the difference at Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking, member FDIC.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Back at the pregame show, getting set for Montana State and Montana today. Big game in the standings and a big game in the hearts across Treasure State. I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe, and today this is not the first Brawl the Wild matchup here in Missoula. The women, they won today, 67-66. They're on the bus back to Bozeman right now. What a ball game that was earlier. Montana State had the lead for most of the game. The Grizz hit a big shot late to take the lead, back and forth, and then Morales split 2 free throws to take a 1-point lead, and then the Cats got a stop at the very end of that ball game. And Brian, that was an absolutely terrific showing in that contest. And for the women, they remain undefeated in Big Sky play.
Yeah, keep that 1-game lead over Northern Arizona, who beat in the battle for second Idaho today, so they were able to get themselves another win. But for the Cats, a huge win, and you just saw the veteran leadership of Morales. She was so calm down the stretch, made the play to get an assist to put them up 1. Then Montana scores to go back up 1. She makes a play to put them back ahead. Then they make a free throw, and all of a sudden it's a 1-point win. It's huge. Big win.
It was fun. It was fun to watch, and it was a great effort. This women's team this year has a little bit of that special sauce right now, and we'll see if they can keep it rolling. There's still a lot of season left, and they're on the road at Portland State, at Sac State this week, while the men are back at home. All right, taking a look on the First Interstate Bank out-of-town scoreboard at the other scores from around the men's side today. Weber State won by 6 at Sac State, 87-81. They had like a 20-point lead in that game. Got tight late, but Weber hangs on. They get the win, so they're 2-5 along with Sacramento State. Northern Arizona and Idaho, both 4-4. NAU goes into Moscow and gets the win right after Idaho beat UNC on Thursday. So NAU beats Idaho 80-72. We talked about the Northern Colorado game. They survived thanks in part to Eastern Washington's failed execution down the stretch. UNC wins that one 67-62. Idaho State, boy, they were absolutely rolling, and now they lose again today. They lose to Portland State 76-59. Portland State is 5-2 coming to the brick next Saturday. Portland State, one of the surprise teams in the conference this year.
Yeah, they really are, and that's setting up to be a huge road trip for them to come up to Missoula Thursday, Bozeman on Saturday. Portland State historically has not fared well in the Treasure State. 0-2 on that trip, and all of a sudden you go from thinking you're competing for a league title to middle of the pack.
Right, that's the way it goes. I mean, that's what this league is like. Idaho State, right, they go on the road this week. They were coming out at 3-2. Now they lost both of their games this week out on the Pacific trip, so they're sitting at 3-4. They were feeling so high after going 2-0 against the Treasure State opponents. That's how quickly this thing changes.
Yeah, it does, man. It's so tight, and there's just no margin for error. You just can't have a night off. You can't have a bad shooting night, because it'll cost you a win.
Yeah. So here's what the standings look like right now. Northern Colorado is 7-1. Portland State is 5-2. Montana 5-2. And then Northern Arizona and Idaho are both at 4-4, tied for 4th place. Idaho State and Montana State are 3-4. And then Weber, Sac State, both at 2-5, and Eastern Washington 2-6. So that's the way it looks right now as we get ready for our tip-off coming up at the top of the hour. Montana coming out onto the floor now in the maroon and white. So the Bobcats wearing the white uniforms tonight in Missoula. All right, we're going to take a break. On the other side of this timeout, we'll have a chance to sit down with head coach Matt Logie and break down the matchup between the Cats and the Grizzlies. A rivalry that dates back to 1902 and has been played 308 times. Right now, Montana has won 4 more games in the all-time series. It's been tight throughout. All right, we're taking a break. Cats and Grizzlies tonight. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
I wanted to put up a fence to protect my tomato plants. So I grabbed this, and then I did this. But instead of yielding a big crop, I hit a utility line and had to pay $1,200 in repairs. I didn't just lose my pride and joy, I could no longer afford the new stovetop I'd been saving up for. Next time, I'm going to make my free call to 811 before I dig.
Learn from Curry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
Back on the pregame show, we are getting set for Montana and Montana State from Missoula. Keaton Gillogly alongside head coach Matt Logie. All right, Coach, we're pretty deep into the Big Sky season now and a lot of close results across the league. When you're looking at this league right now, just how close is everybody up and down the standings right now?
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly no nights off in this conference. Every single game, have been close for the most part, and anybody can beat anybody. I don't think there's a huge difference between who will shake out to be the top of this conference and who will shake out at the bottom. And it's been that way in the Big Sky for quite some time, with the exception of maybe a couple teams here or there that have been able to separate from the pack. But the pack has always been pretty big, and I think this year, that parity is really obvious.
For Brandon Walker, his numbers have been very consistent as of late. What are you seeing from him in terms of his consistency?
Yeah, Brandon has continued to grow with us every step of the way. I think he's doing a really good job of, making good decisions with the basketball. That's leading him to high percentage shots, and he's just continued to grow with us as a staff and as a team, in understanding how teams are trying to attack him and how he can unlock not just himself but also those around him.
All right, well, let's get into this matchup between the Bobcats and the Grizzlies today, and starting with some of Montana's personnel. Malik Moore, their leading scorer, coming over from Pepperdine. What's his skill set? How's he scoring the basketball?
Yeah, Malik's a guy that has done a really good job, scoring the ball at all 3 levels. He's shifty off the bounce. He can make threes off the bounce. He can get to his pull-up. He's very good using screens and curling. And then because of his shot credibility, obviously that allows him to explode to the rim and get out in transition as well. So a very complete scorer, and somebody that we need to limit today.
Money Williams, a headline name who's still kind of finding traction in his career after the injury last year, but how's Money Williams looking for them right now?
Yeah, Money is a guy that, when he's on, he is really on, and has had some huge breakout games. He's shown his youth at times as well, but he's a guy that can make others better as well because of his ability to pass the basketball. And so anytime you have somebody that's a dangerous scorer that is a willing passer, those guys are hard to defend, and it'll be important for us to, put him in positions where he has to make tough decisions and put the ball in his offhand and see if he can make those same reads passes and shots going to the right versus going to the left.
And the familiar foe, Brandon Whitney, at the point guard spot. What's he doing right now? How's he operating this offense?
Well, obviously when you've been in a program for 5 years at the point guard position and played as much as he has, you know everything from inside and out. I think one of the things that doesn't get talked about enough with Brandon is his defensive ability. He's a very good defender, and then he really touches the paint. He's a very good finisher. He looks diminutive, but he plays much more physical and strong around the basket than that. So you've got to put your body and your chest on him early, and try to make him into more of a jump shooter.
Overall, finally, as you just look at the matchup in this game, where do you feel like you might be able to find an advantage to get tonight?
Well, I think a big part of this game is going to come down to points in the paint. Who can protect the paint, who can get high quality shots in the paint. I think for both programs, we're both going to put a high priority on defending the 3-point line, and so whoever can have that efficiency both inside through post play, but also off of penetration and however many ways you can get the ball to the rim will be really important tonight.
All right, always a special night when these two old rivals battle. It's Montana State and Montana. Coach, appreciate the time and the insight.
Thanks a lot. Go Cats.
All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have our starting lineups and tip-off between the Bobcats and the Grizzlies at Dahlberg Arena. For head coach Matt Logie, I'm Keaton Gillogly. This is Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
I was diagnosed in 2010 with bipolar 1 disorder. It took me a while, but I had to surrender to that fact.
At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana, we recognize mental health as the foundation of well-being. This is why we partner with advocates like Jason DeShaw and others who spread mental health awareness across the state and beyond.
I've learned that I cannot do this alone, that I have to reach outside of myself for help.
Learn more about Jason's story at bigblueskyinitiativemt.com.
On the Bobcat Sports Network from Learfield, Bobcat Basketball is brought to you by Town Pump Food Stores, proud sponsor of the Brawl of the Wild Series, and by First Interstate Bank, built for you. Go. Now turn it up. Turn it up. It's game time.
One-hand slam.
That was a hammer. Got it to go. It's just that kind of night. Right corner three. Bang! Bang! This is the stuff that legends are made of. Gets it off for the win. Got it. Ball game over. Bobcats win. The Golden Bobcats continue their march. Montana State has done it.
We came here to win, and the best is yet to come.
Tip-off is just moments away from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth. Here's the voice of the Bobcats, Keaton Gillogly.
One of the great rivalries in all of sports is just as fervent now as it was 120 years ago. It's Montana State University coming in at 8-12. They are 3-4 in Big Sky play, but they've won 3 of their last 4. On the other side, it's the University of Montana Grizzlies. They are 12-8, 5-2 in Big Sky play. And last year, this rivalry was a little ho-hum during the regular season. I think a lot of people knew and understood that, frankly, Montana was the better team in the regular season. The Bobcats had the coaching change, and they were still figuring themselves out and figuring out what it meant to be. However, they would be a third time last year in the Big Sky Tournament Championship, and that time it was the Avalanche basketball, the second half run that dominated the Grizzlies and sent the Bobcats back to the NCAA tournament for the third straight time. So now Montana's got a little edge. They've got something to prove and a chip on their shoulder. And for the Bobcats, trying to show that once again they are the premier basketball program in the Big Sky when it comes to the decade of the 20s. Brian, so much on the line, so much emotion in a game like this, and we're certainly going to see some more of that again today.
Without question. And that'll be a big part of the beginning of this game, especially, is who can handle that emotion. You look at the Montana starting 5, and you've got Brandon Whitney and Tajon Sawyer. They're the only 2 guys that have seen any action whatsoever. Brandon Whitney has played in 7 of these matchups. Tajon's played in 2 or 3, and that's one thing. But on the other side, Tyler Patterson's done this a lot. Brandon Walker's comfortable. Sam Lecklot. Who can control their emotions early and can put their emotions in check in a way that they can then just play, do the things they have wanted to do and can do well.
All right, before we get to the starting lineups, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
My name is Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as the Brawl of the Wild renews itself for the 309th time, and a slight ROTC delay today. So they had a cool stunt they tried to work out. They had one of the ROTC members who was trying to rappel down from a rope from the rafters here at Dahlberg Arena, and he had the game ball, but he couldn't get all the way down. He got trapped about 10 feet shy of the rafters, so he was still way up there, had to kind of climb back up, and then he just dropped the basketball down from the rafters. At least everybody's okay.
Yeah, everybody's safe, and but that hopefully is one of those signs, would you say, that Montana's not going to quite be able to do what they want to do with the basketball tonight, and the Cats are going to have a little success.
We will see. Always fun. You never know what you're going to see when you show up at a college basketball game. All right, let's take a look at these starting lineups now. First, for head coach Matt Logie, his 14th year as a head coach, his second year at Montana State, and he is 1-2 against the Grizzlies. Bryce Seffer, Tyler Patterson starting in the backcourt today. Tyler Patterson missed just the one game with the shoulder injury. It's still definitely pretty tender, but he should be good to go. Brandon Walker, Max Ogbonkpolo, and Sam Leckalot rounded out in the front court. On the other side, a little different, as Brian mentioned, Kai Johnson getting the start, the former teammate of B.J. Cawley over at Western Washington. Malik Moore, Joe Pridgeon, Brandon Whitney, and Tajon Sawyer. Joe Pridgeon, the transfer from Northeastern. Malik Moore, the transfer from Pepperdine. So that's what we've got as Travis DeCure is in his 11th year at Montana. He is 14-5 all-time against the Bobcats. All right, Brian, here we go. This one's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun, and be kind of curious as to why Money Williams doesn't get the nod, but it puts Brandon Whitney at the point and Kai Johnson at the deuce.
Sawyer and Ogbonkpolo at center court. Montana State in the white uniforms, Montana in the maroon, and Ogbong Polo wisely tips it back, did not retouch it, and allowed Brandon Walker to grab the basketball, and the Bobcats win the tip, and number 309 between the Bobcats and the Grizzlies in men's basketball is underway. Brandon Walker, an off-balance floater, and he knocks it down off the right block. Brandon Walker, who has been incredibly consistent over the last 5 games, scoring between 17 and 20 points in each of those games. Just opens the scoring with the first 2 today. Now alley-oop. Pridgeon couldn't finish. Led him a little too far. Went down hard, landing on his knees. And the Bobcats have the basketball. Montana State setting it up on the offensive side. They work from left to right. Walker crosses over, takes it down to the mid-post against Sawyer. Bully ball, and he bangs it off the window and in. Brandon Walker putting Tajon Sawyer in his back pocket. 4 points for Walker.
And check mark on the first key. Good start to the first half for the Cats. Quick 4-0 lead as they're able to take some advantage, take a little air out of this room.
Pridgeon against Lekalot, backing down underneath. Hooks it, has to bounce it back up to the top. Here's a 3 from Johnson. That's no good off the back iron. Pridgeon wins the rebound, goes back up with the right hand and lays it in. First 2 points for Joe Pridgeon in his first game between the Bobcats and the Grizzlies.
And when you talk bully ball, that is Joe Pridgeon's game. He just is going to try and beat you up and intimidate you physically.
He's 6'5", 210 at the guard position. Very, very physical guard. Bobcats with the ball, leading 4-2, 18-20 to go, first half. Tyler Patterson playing with that banged-up left shoulder. Throws down to the right corner with 7 to shoot. Here's Lekalot, 5. Giving to Ogbong Polo, 4. Down to Walker, right baseline, 3. Underneath, goes up, got blocked from behind. And Montana has the loose ball.
Yeah, and Montana's so small that Pridgeon really plays the 4, and then Sawyer is at the 5. Sawyer's only 6'6", 6'7".
Johnson gives it to Pridgeon. Spinning in the mid-post, handoff for Johnson, back to Pridgeon, goes up, blocked, swatted away, Max Ogbong Polo.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing how small this Montana lineup is. On paper, they're listed much more comparable to the Bobcats, but in person, they are not anywhere near as big as they list.
The right wing 3 is good. Malik Moore opens his night. First 3 points for Moore, who averages 13.5 a game to lead the Grizzlies. First lead for Montana, up 5-4, 17:30 to go first half. Brandon Walker up at the top. Throws to Patterson, right wing. Tyler Patterson, 4-3 all-time against the Grizzlies in his career. Down to the right baseline. Here's Brandon Walker working on Sawyer one-on-one. Pivoting. Kick out. Zephyr, left wing 3. No. Rebound tipped and won by Montana. Here's Whitney with a head of steam. Gets to the elbow, backs it out on the left wing. Now crosses over, working on Walker. Good job by Walker staying in front, and Whitney has to get rid of it. Here's Pridgeon working in the right corner against Ogbong Polo. Posting up down to the right block. Spins into a double team. Jump pass tip. Picked up by Whitney. Handoff underneath. Pridgeon, lefty layup, no. Tip back, yes. 4 points for Pridgeon.
Physical game so far, both directions. Bodies are banging on every possession. In the post, out on the perimeter. It's going to be a man's game.
Walker steps through between a double team and spins it off the glass. I didn't know he had a little Englishman in him.
Good start for Brandon Walker, 3 for 4 from the field.
Boy, both teams came ready to play in a rivalry tonight. Out to the left corner, Whitney down to the left baseline, into the paint now, down to the right block, kick out. Johnson drives, stops mid-post left side, leans in, and rattles it home. First 2 points for Kai Johnson, getting his 7th start of the year tonight. Bobcats down by 3 with the ball, working offensively to our right. Here's Zephyr into the lane, stops, pivoting. Lob out to Ogbong Polo. Got a stoppage coming to the next whistle. Ogbong Polo, skip pass, Lekalot. Open, left wing 3, knockdown. Sam Lekalot loving it. Oh, he was up and ready to go to play this ball game, and Sam Lekalot knocks down the first Wendy's 3-ball of the game for Montana State.
Both teams 1 for 2 behind the arc. All tied up after 4.5 minutes.
9-9. Whitney into the lane, tied up by Brandon Walker, knock free. Lekalot down to the floor with it. Brandon Walker was there with the initial defense. Bobcats into the front court in a tie game. 9-9, 15 and a quarter to go in the first half. Pat McMahon's going to be wearing number 14 tonight as he gets ready to check in. Here's Ogbong Polo. Top side three. No, airballed it out of bounds, and that'll take us to the first break. Oh, this one has lived up to the expectations in the first 5 minutes. This is what it's all about. Montana State and Montana. 15:07 to go first half. This game tied at 9. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe. We're at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position here in Missoula, the tight confines at Dahlberg Arena. 15:07 to go first half. It's 9-9 between Montana State and Montana. Brian, what's standing out?
Yeah, I think it's a rebounding early. I think the Bobcats' 4-0 lead evaporated because of 3 offensive rebounds that have led to 7 Grizzly points. Grizz have 4 made field goals. 3 of the 4 have come off of offensive rebounds.
Want to say hello to our colleague Daniel Sally, sitting on the bus right now, tuned in as well after the women got their thrilling 1-point victory here earlier this afternoon. Catch and shoot 3 ball on the right side is good. Malik Moore feeling himself early. He's got 6 points. Pat McMahon just checked in. BJ Culley checked into the last whistle. Pat McMahon ripped his number 1 jersey at home last week, so he's wearing number 14. Zephyr down to the left baseline on the block. Backing in. Stepping through, kicks it out. Patterson makes the catch. Comes left around the screen, lost it. His arm got kind of tacked behind, and then they called a foul. And Tyler Patterson picks up his first. Remember, Patterson dealing with that bruised and sore left shoulder.
Yeah, and that means you don't get a lot of practice in, and you get a little rusty, and that's what you've seen a little bit tonight. So far from Tyler, he's had a few possessions where he's just a little unsure, and the Grizz are selling out physically to get right up in his grill.
Montana with the basketball. They go from right to left. They're led by Travis DeCure. 213 wins all time in his 11-year career here at Montana. Money Williams has checked in now as well. He works his way underneath, floats it up with the left hand and gets it to go down to the left block. That was a physical finish. Pat McMahon had gotten a hand on it, and he was still able to finish regardless.
Yeah, and Jed Miller is not going to be a physical defensive player.
Bryce Zephyr left open for a mid-range jumper and knocks it down, nothing but net.
Good to see him getting off the start here offensively. Add a little element to his game there.
Here's a fall-away jumper. That's short from Moore, and the Bobcats have the rebound. They're moving from left to right. 13:45 to go, first half. Cats trailing by 3 with the ball. Miller gives to B.J. Culley. Hands off for Zephyr. Looking for room. Got poked away by Williams. Picked up by Johnson in transition to the rack. Lays it up. Got it to go with the right hand. Fast break bucket for Montana. 5-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and Bobcats now with a pair of turnovers have cost them 2 points. So it's been offensive rebounds for the Grizz and turnovers giving Montana a 5-point lead.
B.J. Cawley, an illegal screen, his first foul.
And that's 3 turnovers and 4 possessions for Montana State. The Grizz, on the other hand, made 5 of their last 6 shots, and that comes from just easy buckets, either offensive glass or off turnovers.
All of that has put the Grizzlies lead at 5. Montana 16, Montana State 11. 13 minutes, 15 seconds to go first half. Money Williams, the highly recruited sophomore now, coming out of Oakland, tries the left wing 3. That's short. The Bobcats have the rebound. Pushed ahead, catch is made. Jay Mullins to the rack, lays it in with the right hand. What a pass by Jed Miller, and Jay Mullins makes it count in transition. That was pretty.
Really pretty. Great rebound by Jed, and great look ahead to get the streaking Mullins for 2.
3-point lead for the Grizzlies. They have the ball with 12:50 to go first half. Bounce pass down into the post. Backing it down. Davidson against McMahon. And he lost his footing, dragged his pivot foot. That's a turnover by the redshirt freshman, Zach Davidson.
Good physical play right there. Pat McMahon gets his physical act into this game and knocks a little bit of a off-balance travel. And here come Montana State down 3.
Not quite a sellout. They obviously did raise the banner that they have to our left, or the curtain that usually blocks out the auxiliary bleachers. Some of the baseline to our right up top, not really filled up. It's probably about 70% there, but always a good crowd when these two age-old rivals match up again, today for the 309th time. Miller throws to McMahon, pumps it on the left wing, throws up to the top. Then to B.J. Cawley, handoff for Miller, crossing over, works down to the mid-post. Alley-oop, Cawley a little high, makes the catch anyway. One dribble on Sawyer, pivoting up, lays it. No, got his rebound again. One dribble, back up, blocked again. And Sawyer picks up the loose ball. Williams, bounce pass underneath, knocked free. Jed Miller tips it ahead to Pat McMahon. McMahon on the right wing against Whitney. Backing in, backing down, mid-post right side. Gets through a double team, pumps, lays it, good, and 1. Pat McMahon, an excellent finish. What patience. And that's the Pat McMahon we've seen in the second half the last 2 games, because he's been quiet in first halves.
He has been really quiet, and you go back to those 2 consecutive buckets late in the game against Eastern Washington on Monday night, looked just like that. He just said, I am a physical player, and I'm going to make a physical finish in the paint. Great play by Pat McMahon,
who hits the free throw without touching the rim. Yeah, for Pat McMahon, the last 2 games in the first half, a combined 2 points. In the second half, a combined 20. You just got to tell him it's the second half when you go out there to start. It's tied up at 16 after the old 3-point play by Pat McMahon. Bounce pass underneath, knocked free by Miller, recovered by Montana. Here's Sawyer, spins into the lane, lefty hook, got it to finish. That was not an easy layup by Tajon Sawyer. A little baby hook, kind of almost a finger roll in the middle of the lane. Grizzlies leading by 2. Bobcats with the ball. 11:30 to go in the first half. Miller holds on the right wing, comes left around the screen, throws back to the right side. Here's McMahon, pump fake, down to the mid-post, into the lane, stops, pivoting. Gives to Cawley, 6 to shoot, back to McMahon, 5, up to the top, 4, to Ogbonpolo, 3, to the free throw line, to Miller, open 3. No! Mullins, offensive rebound. Kicks to the right corner, and the Cats can reset. Here's Cawley in the middle of the lane against Sawyer. Picks up the dribble down to a cutting Miller, and he missed the bunny layup. Got the rebound and finished anyway. Oh, that would have been a tough miss, but he got the second try.
Pad the rebounding stats right there. The Cats pick up an offensive board thanks to Jed Miller's craftiness.
Tied up again, 18-all. Whitney, kick out to Money Williams. Up to the top, Pridgeon, working on the left wing. Tries to turn the corner. McMahon is right there. Spins again down to the baseline into a double team. Throws out to the top. Williams to the elbow. Pulls up the jumper. No good. Long rebound, and Ogbonpolo has it off a hop. Boy, the officials swallowing the whistle right now. It's been great. This game has been even and free-flowing.
Yeah, three total fouls in 10 minutes. It's fantastic. Let him play.
In a physical rivalry game. Miller. Handoff for Cawley. Out to Mullins. Turns to the free throw line. Pulls up. Mid-range. Missed it right. And a rebound and a foul. And B.J. Cawley picks up his second. So Cawley's been getting into a little foul trouble with his increased minutes the last 3 games. All right. This one living up to expectations in the early going as we reach the midway point of the first half. 10:08 to go in the first half. Montana and Montana State tied up at 18. Back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
When garage door issues happen, don't just call anybody. Call the pros at DoorTech. Our family-owned and operated business happily serves the Gallatin Valley. We install and service residential, commercial, and custom overhead doors and operators. With factory-trained and certified technicians, we're committed to quality, value, and long-term relationships. Call us at 582-1623 and let us help you with the solution to all your garage door needs. DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Your region's only premier authorized Rainer dealer.
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
Back at the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 10:08 to go, first half. This game tied at 18 points apiece. Brian? Oh, this one's fun tonight.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, it couldn't be more even if it tried. The only difference on the stat sheet, Grizz have got one additional rebound. The Cats have one additional free throw. It is just neck and neck.
Montana with a basketball. They go from right to left. They are wearing the maroon jerseys today. Brandon Whitney throws it up to the top. Johnson penetrating, has to kick it out. Hand off to Whitney back at the top. He's into the lane, gets the rack, finishes with the right hand. Slicing finish by Brandon Whitney, playing in his 8th Cat Grizz.
Yeah, and the Cats got caught on a switch there. Jed Miller, Sam Lekalak trying to get back to original mashups and didn't communicate well, led to Whitney getting an open lane.
Here's Walker out on the right wing. He had a hot start to this one. Down to Pat McMahon on the right block of the post. And he lays it up, left it short. Brandon Whitney kind of pulled the chair out from underneath him, and McMahon may have been too open. Alley-oop, Sawyer makes a catch, but he steps on the baseline. It was just kind of off the mark. Pridgeon trying the home run ball.
Boy, and this thing is just back and forth, even as can be. I love how this game has started for Montana State. They've shown that they can match the physicality of Montana. Now can they just put a couple possessions together and start to build a little bit of a lead?
Intermountain Health, with 2 clinic locations in Bozeman, is proud to be an official health partner of Montana State Athletics. Miller throws to Lekalot, bounce down to the mid-post left side. Here's Brandon Walker back to the basket against Sawyer. Backing in, backing down, into the paint, turns, hooks, good and one. Brandon Walker is a man on a mission tonight. That's 8 points for Walker now. He's going to the line as Tajon Sawyer picks up the foul.
Yeah, Brandon Walker has that combination of physicality and quickness that's so rare.
Yeah.
He can just get in the paint and then make a quick decision, finds a way to get it up on the rim, knocks that one through, and now gets a chance to get the old-fashioned three-point play.
Walker puts it up, puts it home. He is having a night now in his 4th Cat Grizz.
One of the 2 guys on the floor with 4 Cat Grizzlies, yeah, because that would include a couple Montana guys, but Brandon Walker showing up.
Here's Whitney on the left wing, throws up to the top. Johnson, slice into the rack, and a tough traffic finish. 6 points for Kai Johnson, the transfer from Western Washington, now in his first year here with the Grizzlies as a senior. 8:30 to go, first half. Bobcats with the ball, down by 1. Lob down to Walker on the right baseline. Back it in. He's one-on-one. In against Jedkins, has to kick it out. Here's McMahon, down to the left block, throws out to Walker. And he traveled. Just outthought himself a bit that time.
Yeah, and that was one I thought McMahon had an angle. He's got to go to the rim and finish that. Little bit too unselfish right there. Had an opportunity. Got to take that. The Cats have got to find ways to get in and around the basket that doesn't involve Brandon Walker.
Interwest Moving and Storage is the official moving company of the MSU Bobcats. Yeah, Coach Logie said it in the pregame show. Whoever can touch the paint more, whether it's bigs or guards, is going to have a good opportunity to win this game. Moore throws to Whitney around to the right wing. Johnson takes it to the elbow, into the lane, and a foul. I missed it. I got screened by the traffic.
Yeah, it's on Pat McMahon, I think.
Yes, it is. His first. All right, let's take a break at the 8-minute mark of the first half in a classic battle and a classic rivalry between two classic programs. 8 minutes to go first half. Grizzlies 22, Bobcats 21. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
You are a Bobcat fan, and your seat matters. Section 108, right in the middle. And a perfect view of the fast break, alley-oop, and slam dunk. At Kendall Ford of Bozeman, we're a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Where you sit matters, as in the driver's seat. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great.
Hitting the road? When you download the Fuel Forward app, you save up to 20 cents per gallon on your first fill-up at Conoco stations. Because that's what the app does. A simple, straightforward way to keep you moving forward. Fuel Forward. 20 cents is a combined savings of 5 cents every day off per gallon plus an extra 15 cents off per gallon for first-time users up to 30 gallons. Offer valid once for a new Fuel Forward app user through 6/30/2025. Participating locations only.
Montana's Ribbon Chop House has been serving Rocky Mountain communities for over 20 years. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. We hope you'll be our guest at one of our Montana locations soon. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Grizzlies leading the Bobcats 22-21. Brian, what's on your mind?
Yeah, this thing is just absolutely tight neck and neck, and it is going to come down to the paint. I like what Coach Logie's thinking there. Right now, I'd say Montana's gotten a little bit more done in the paint. They've got an extra 2 points in the paint. The difference for Montana State has been the bench production. They've gotten some points off the bench. Stuff's happened with Mullins and McMahon and Jed Miller have all contributed.
Montana with the basketball. They are working offensively to our left. Nobody has had a lead larger than 5 in this game. Whitney, those up to the top. Moore, pump fake, those back to the left wing. Whitney working on Zephyr, into the lane, leans in, floats it home. Oh, that right there is a fifth-year senior who would not be denied. Brandon Whitney, what a finish.
And that's when he's at his best, is when he's going downhill to the rim. He does a great job of finishing in and around the bigs.
Montana State with the ball, down by 3. Miller penetrates. His pass tipped, loose, saved by the hustle from Brandon Whitney on the sideline.
Cat's a little erratic on those 2 offensive possessions. Montana has a chance to extend this to a 2-possession game.
Whitney surveying out on the right wing. Crosses to the free throw line against Zephyr. Kicks it back out to the top. Moore making decisions. Comes to his left, up to the top. One-on-one against Patterson. Throws to Whitney, 4 to shoot. Whitney steps to his left, tries the 2. That's short, and Brandon Walker snags the rebound for the Bobcats. Good defensive set that time. Miller turns the corner. He's going to the rack. No, stops mid-post. Bounce to Walker. Kick out to Miller. Over to Ogbong Polo. Back to Miller. Down to the right block. Lays it up and in. Oh, boy, he just had that one settling on his hand like it was a hot cup of soup.
Yeah, and it's 2 or 3 times he's gotten in the paint and he's looked to stop and kick back out. That time he turned the corner with the intent to score and found himself all alone at the rim.
Grizzlies with the ball on a 1-point lead. Up, missed the layup. Offensive rebound, back to Whitney, into the lane, through contact, no good, but draws the foul. Probably should have been a foul on Ogbong Polo on the previous shot. First foul on Jed Miller.
Yeah, that one definitely may have evened itself out.
Yeah.
Cats now up 9-2 though on bench points. Montana's really been all about their starters. They've had nothing going from anybody else, and obviously if that continues, the Cats are going to be in great shape.
So Brandon Whitney goes to the line. Fifth-year senior knocks it down. He's averaged just over 11 points per game in his 7 contests against the Bobcats. Mission Hills, California native. Next free throw is good. He puts them both in. 6 points for Whitney, who's averaging 8 per game this year, approaching top 10 in program history and career points.
Yeah, he's been a really solid player throughout his career. He hit 4 threes on Monday night, which is abnormal for him. Not a tremendous three-point shooter, but those 4 threes helped put Idaho away here on Monday.
Yeah, he's a pass-first slashing point guard. Zephyr attacks the rim, misses the floater through contact. Rebound Montana. Grizzlies looking to add to a 3-point lead. From the top, Johnson moves it around to Money Williams on the left wing. Curls to the top. Williams surveys. Crosses over on Walker. Spins into the paint. Throws it. Knock free. Out of bounds. Going the other way. Great defense one-on-one between Walker and Williams, who are sharing some pleasantries right now. Hey, how you doing on your resolutions?
You know, it's really funny. I was having a conversation with some other coaches in the league, and they said the one thing you don't want to do is talk to Money Williams, because a lot of times he's just kind of in a zone, like not really located. And as soon as you start talking smack, he tends to lock in. So it'll be interesting to see how he responds to him and Brandon Walker getting after each other.
Yeah, don't know who started it, but better make sure you try to finish it, as this is knocked out of bounds and going the other way. Jay Mullins got caught in traffic. And again, they're letting a lot go, which I like. This is great. It makes for a very appealing game. So can't complain, and nobody really is.
Nobody's complaining. They've been very consistent, and that's the key, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they're calling it one way or for 5 minutes one way, that's annoying. But right now, it's been real consistent. You got to bring it.
Crowd kind of sitting on their hands right now, too. Hasn't been a big play in a few moments as we reach about the 5-minute mark of the first half. Grizzlies up 26-23 with the ball to our left. Johnson slips at the free throw line, keeps his dribble, throws out to Moore on the right wing, 7 to shoot. Moore against Patterson, slashing, handoff. Sawyer in deep, strip, picked it up, and finishes. Wow. Want to from Tajon Sawyer. Patterson nearly had a steal, but Sawyer finished anyway. 5-point lead for the Grizzlies, largest of the day. Zephyr probing, down to the right block, turns, and got it. Little push shot with the left hand.
Boy, and I'll tell you what, you better not go in the paint with some soft little layup right now. I mean, these are big boy shots every single time down the floor.
It's a bare-knuckle boxing match in Missoula. Sawyer drives in, lays it home, and one. Got the foul on Chika Nduka. First foul on Chika.
Yeah, and some of the Cats switching here is causing some challenges for them. Montana is just setting a quick ball screen every time down, creating a switch and then forcing mismatches, trying to see what they can get done, and they've had a little bit of success with that with their bigs.
Sawyer, an incomplete three-point play. He misses the free throw. Bobcats with the ball down by 5. 4:20 remaining first half. Zephyr goes to Nduka, throws back down to Zephyr right corner. Backing it down to that right baseline against a guard. Throws it back out to Mullins. Mullins surveys, gives to Chika Nduka. Handoff for Ogbonkpolo, pumps the 3, works to the free throw line, turns, fall away Jay, swirls off, no. Montana the rebound, the Bobcats getting a little quiet offensively right now, while the Grizzlies are 5 of their last 7. Grizzlies with the ball. Kai Johnson has the dribble at the top. Into the paint, runner up, rimming, yes. Got the roll. Kai Johnson, a big game in the start today. He's got 8. All right, first real run of the game. The Bobcats are going to use a timeout. So Montana has opened up a 7-point lead. Let's step aside from the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 3 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the first half. Grizzlies 32, Bobcats 25. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Ambient Air Solutions wants to take a moment to show our gratitude and to say thank you. Thank you to our frontline workers. Thank you to our doctors, nurses, and EMTs. Thank you to all the volunteers. And thank you to the Gallatin County community. Ambient Air Solutions is so grateful for your support for over 12 years. We are so blessed to live in such a beautiful place. Ambient Air Solutions is here for all your heating and cooling needs. Call us at 406-577-1818 to schedule your service today. Ambient Air Solutions, simplifying heating and cooling.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
3:31 to go. We're in the first half. Grizzlies lead the Bobcats 32-25. Hello to my friend Colton, one of my fellow Nuts alums, guy I worked with in the minor leagues, tuned in today. All right, Brian, Montana's on a little bit of a run here right now. What are they doing?
Yeah, they're getting the ball in the paint. They got 24 of their 32 points are in the paint. They've made 6 of their last 8 shots, all of those in the paint. So Montana State has got to figure that out. A lot of it's coming with that quick 7 or that quick on-ball screen right around the top of the key, creating a switch, and then trying to get mismatches from it. Montana State's got to make that adjustment right here.
Serving all your garage door needs, DoorTech is raising the door on quality. Bobcats with the ball, trailing by 7, their largest deficit of the game in what's been an even game to this point. Ogbong Polo attacks the rim, finishes with the left hand, and draws the foul. Boy, the athleticism on display from Ogbong Polo. That was like 2 steps from the left wing.
Yeah, and this is the 3rd and 1 opportunity for the Bobcats here in the first frame. So even though neither team has really shot the ball from 3 in quantity, both have 4 attempts. Montana's made 2, Bobcats have made 1. But at the end of the day, 3-point plays the old-fashioned way have helped Montana State.
First 2 points for Ogbong Polo, who has been good the last couple of games, the last 2 games since moving from the 4 to the 3. He's scored a total of 28 points in the last 2 in 30 minutes. Free throw is good.
Boy, and a play like that's a good thing to get a guy like him going. He's got 1 bucket already, but now you got a second bucket and a free throw. You've seen the ball go through the net a couple times. Should build his confidence.
Kai Johnson stops on a dime and knocks down a 7-foot jumper. Boy, Kai Johnson, who scored over 1,000 points in his career at Western Washington, looking sharp tonight. 3 minutes remaining in the first half. Montana State with the ball. Miller working on the right baseline. Brings it back out. His pass tipped and stolen. It's going the other way. And Patterson with a big 2-hand dunk. Live ball turnovers are killer. 8-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, big last couple minutes right here for Montana State. The Grizz have spread out a little bit. They've got to get this back under a 1-possession game in these last 2.5.
Zephyr gives to Miller up at the top. Over to Walker. Ooh, he bobbled it, but recovers. Handoff, Ogbong Polo drives, going to the rack. Finger roll up and in. Max Ogbong Polo getting into his slasher era. What a take to the rack.
Yeah, and he's found what's going to work for him. Now, can he go back to the well over and over and over?
Johnson weaves, pulls up, elbow J is good. Kai Johnson having a night.
Yeah, and it's that ball screen top of the key. Kai's using it coming off, and the Cats are just getting lost in coverage. Big thing, they've got to make an adjustment too quickly.
Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half. Montana State with the ball, and Walker bobbled it, it's out of bounds. And the Bobcats suffering a few unforced turnovers now. Grizzlies up 8 with the ball.
Yeah, Montana State's offense is kind of settled down. Other than the two Ogbong Polo drives, Bobcats haven't had much going over these last 6 minutes.
Oh, Montana with the first real run of this ball game. Thrown up to the top, back over to the right wing. Johnson again, down to the right block. Good and one. Soaking it all in from the student section, 2 hour left. Draws the foul on Brandon Walker. Kai Johnson is going back to the stripe with 14 points.
And even though he started, he has generally been a bench guy, and he's the guy so far tonight that's been the difference maker. He's got 14, 7 for 9 from the field. Got a chance to add to it here. You got a 10-point game, and he is the difference.
And a chance to make it 11. Kai Johnson, 7 of 9 from the field and 14 points in 15 minutes in this first half. 91 seconds left before the break. Johnson missed it. Offensive rebound, Priebe. Out to the right wing, Moore. Covered up by McMahon. Moore to the top, turns right, to the rack, lays it home. Timeout, Travis DeCure in Montana. And it's all rolling downhill in maroon right now.
Yeah, and it's all about ball screen action. The Cats cannot guard it. Montana's just using ball screen after ball screen after ball screen, and everything is around the rim because of that.
42-30, Grizzlies leading. 1:20 to go, first half. Bobcat basketball brought to you in part by Kendall Ford Lincoln of Bozeman, a proud supporter of Montana State Athletics. We're big fans of teamwork, dedication, and helping customers find the best deal on the perfect vehicle to fit their needs. Get started at KendallFordBozeman.com. Kendall, let's start something great. Now Montana State really struggling at times here offensively, although they did start to get it going. But, yeah, like you mentioned, just not getting the stops defensively. Montana 8 of their last 8 from the field.
Yeah, Grizz shooting almost 70% from the field. If you're shooting 55% from the field like Montana State is, you got to feel good about where you're at. A couple too many turnovers. They've got 8, and they've had a couple here in this run. But it's a defense is not holding up against the relentless dribble penetration pressure that Montana's putting on them.
Let's see if the Bobcats can find a little momentum in the final 75 seconds of this first half. Ogbong Polo doubled, throws out to Miller, steps to his right to the free throw line, back out Ogbong Polo, pumps the three, slipped a little bit, and has to get rid of it. Lekalot to Ogbong Polo, 8 to shoot, steps up for 3, left it short. Montana with a rebound off the air ball. 12-point lead for the Grizzlies. Coach DeCure getting pretty animated at times, too. He's bringing some energy and some juice into this thing as well. Johnson spot up 2. That's no good. The heat check, but an offensive rebound. Thrown back out to the left wing for Williams. Takes it to the elbow. Throws back out to Moore. 10 to shoot. Moore throws to Priebe. To the free throw line. Euro steps in. Lays it short. Zephyr the defense. Bobcats the rebound. Shot clock dark. 15 seconds left in the first half.
Big possession to get this thing back into single digits or at least at 10.
8 seconds left. Zephyr down to the mid-post. Draws the foul on the floor. Only the 4th team foul. So Bobcats left to inbound.
Be a great time here with Tyler Patterson checking back in to see if you can find him an open corner 3. Knock that down and get this thing back under control.
Patterson limited with that sore shoulder. You can tell he's not 100%. Bobcats ready to inbound underneath their own basket. Zephyr gets it into Lekalot. 6 seconds left in the first half. Handoff to Zephyr 4. Zephyr 2. Zephyr 1. Puts up the jumper. No, and that's the end of the first half. It was pretty darn even there for quite some time, but Montana lands a few punches down the stretch, and they'll carry the momentum into halftime. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, Montana 42, Montana State 30. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
It's easy not to think about food security when there's food on the table, but right now, 1 out of 10 Montanans is hungry.
When families don't have adequate access to nutritious food, that takes a very real toll on people's health.
This is why Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Montana partners with Montana Food Bank Network.
Our interest at Blue Cross is we want the state, whether they're a member or not, to have adequate supply, access, composition of the food that they're able to get.
Learn more at bigblueskyiinitiativemt.com.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Great houses start with a sound foundation. That foundation starts with a mortgage with Sarah Kelzer and team at Rate. She is Bozeman's trusted mortgage specialist with 20 years experience that knows the neighborhood. We have great rates and personalized home lending solutions, and our decisions are made quickly so you can move into your dream home sooner. Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Call Sarah at 406-580-6604 or apply online. Equal housing lender subject to credit approval. NMLS number 400361.
The Bozeman Come On In Hotel and Suites, the proud sponsor of MSU Athletics, the Montana State Alumni Association. The Come On In allows you to escape the ordinary while enjoying their numerous hotel and guest room amenities. Visit ComeOnIn.com to book your stay today. All right, we're at halftime. Montana State trails 42-30 against Montana. And Brian, Grizzlies were the aggressor down in that final, what was that, about an 8-minute stretch?
Yeah, I'd say the last 6.5 minutes, Montana went on a 19-7 run, and that gives you the margin that you have right here. It was just an inability to guard the ball screen action, and they just got downhill. Kai Johnson took advantage of it. Money Williams took advantage of it. Brandon Whitney took advantage of it. And so Montana State's biggest adjustment coming out of the break is going to be how they're going to guard the high ball screen. The switch has put them in bad matchups and given Montana some angles. The other side of that is if you don't switch it, you get caught on the screen, it's going to be free ride to the basket. So got to figure that out quick.
So we'll see if the Bobcats can make the adjustment. It was certainly really tight at the start. The Bobcats brought the right amount of physicality. I mean, they did not wilt under the bright lights at all. It was really more about the X's and O's.
Yeah, it just was an inability to get stops. Really, the offense did go a little bit dry there at the end of the half, but some of that was a couple turnovers. But it's also hard when you're going against a set defense every time because you're not getting stops. You saw them get a couple stops late, and then you can get something done on the offensive end.
Yeah, hey, Montana State's offense still shot 52% in the first half, but Montana shot 63%. Real milk is a nutrient-rich product that contains 13 essential nutrients from vitamin A to zinc, all of which are important for a healthy immune system and overall wellness. That's 13 nutrients with seemingly endless benefits. Reach for milk and make every sip count. All right, we'll take a break. Bobcats trailing the Grizzlies 42-30 at halftime. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years it's going to explode, obliterating the earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
From our 1946 roots providing lumber for Yellowstone National Park to our current headquarters in Bozeman, we at Simpkins-Hallen believe in building the Gallatin Valley's future while continuing to honor its past. Contractors large and small benefit from our decades of experience and our extensive network of suppliers. We can source the materials you need, no matter the project. For all your building needs, go to where long-standing traditions have met with quality building products for over 75 years. Simpkins-Hallen, a Montana tradition among builders since 1946.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by Montana State University. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position at halftime, it's the Grizzlies lead the Bobcats 42-30. As someone you know taking dangerous shots, opioid addiction can start quietly and take over fast. Know the signs so you can protect your friends and family and connect them to help. Find out how at helpsavelives.mt.org. I think it's the B Monty out there today. He's trying his back to the basket half court over the shoulder heave, and Brian, he wasn't close during the women's game, and hasn't really been close tonight.
No, he really hasn't. And combined now with the trampoline dunks that he didn't make, it's not a good effort.
No, Monty seems to have regressed slightly, but it's college athletics. Everybody has an opportunity to, there it is, to get better. He knocked it down that time with a two-hand sling. So, cool. Although that one felt more like a prayer, like it was just a screw it, I'm going to throw it up.
Yeah, I think that was actually, he just didn't try and it went in.
Yeah, that's definitely what it was. That was more look what I found than look how good I am ended up. But that's all right. That's the breakdown of Monty. We also remind you to join Champs New Kids Club, presented by Billings Clinic. Your $40 membership fee gets you game tickets, Bobcat gear, and more. Sign up today at msubobcats.com/champskidsclub. Leading scorer in this game, it comes from Montana. Kai Johnson, 14 points on 7 of 10 shooting. Malik Moore had 8. Whitney had 6 points in that first half. Sawyer had 6. Pridgeon had 4. And then Patterson and Williams each had 2. For the Bobcats offensively, Brandon Walker, 9 points. 4 of 5 from the field, so he was rolling. Ogbong Polo, 5 points. Zephyr, 4. Miller, 4. Michaelot with 3. McMahon with 3, Mullins with 2. And Brian, we've seen this at times from Montana State where the offense looks like it's in rhythm and then it kind of gets off the tracks a little bit.
Yeah, and they've had dry spells throughout the course of this season, and I think right now the dry spell is caused by an inability to get stops, and then they're not getting anything significant off the offensive glass. They've got a couple of them, but down 5 on the glass right now, down 3 on the offensive glass, and they've just got to shore a few things up here and stem the tide. It's a 12-point game. It's not the end of the world, but we said pregame, you got to stay in this start of both halves. They did a great job starting the first half. They need an equally great start to the second.
All right, we'll take a break. Back after this timeout, it's halftime. Montana State trails Montana 42-30. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
Rocky Mountain Credit Union has supported Montana State athletics for over 40 years and provides a local credit union for past, present, and future Bobcats. You can have it all with RMCU. Low rates, mobile banking, a place to start saving, or work on building your credit. Visit your local branch or online at rmcu.net to become a member today. That's rmcu.net. Go Bobcats.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Universal Athletic has been a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Check out their great selection of Bobcat apparel and accessories for all your game day needs. Shop in-store at their North 7th Avenue location or online at shop.msubobcats.com for everything you need to cheer on your Bobcats. Universal Athletic, a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics for over 45 years. Go Cats!
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
We're at halftime. Montana State trails Montana 42-30 at the break. This game is brought to you in part by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. More at safemt.com. All right, let's pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe from Missoula, Montana today. The other scores from around the Big Sky presented by First Interstate Bank. Weber State defeats Sac State today 87-81. Northern Arizona over Idaho on the road 80-72. Northern Colorado escapes out of Cheney with a 67-62 victory. Portland State defeats Idaho State 76-59. So Idaho State falls to 3-4. All right, we'll take one more break. When we come back, we'll have the start of the second half. Bobcats down by 12 against the Grizzlies, 42-30 at the half. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. outside the box for your complete branding solutions. Located in Bozeman, Montana, we offer a full print shop for banners, signs, wraps, trade show booths and graphics, promotional products, and much more. If you can think it, we can ink it. We are a proud supporter and corporate sponsor of the MSU Bobcats. Like us on Facebook to see some of our cat wraps. Ready to build your brand? Think Inc. and call us at 406-922-6462 or visit us on the web at inkoutside.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
This game is brought to you by the Montana State Fund, covering Montana's workers with workers' comp and safety know-how. Workplace safety, you're naked without it. Also, Bobcat fans, your support through our Bobcat Collective powers NIL opportunities for our Bobcat student athletes, helping them thrive on and off the field. Join today and make a real impact. All right, we're getting set for the start of the second half. Grizzlies leading the Bobcats 42-30. Late run in the final 6 or so minutes of that first half. Open it up a little bit. Brian, what do the Cats need to do to get back into this thing? As it does look like Pat McMahon is starting the second half for Tyler Patterson, who's not 100%.
Yeah, you could tell Tyler was struggling a little bit on both ends of the floor there. I think Montana State's got to obviously start this on the defensive end. They have got to shore it up, defend the ball screen better, get a couple stops in a row, and get that momentum going back your way. And then they're going to need to execute on offense, make some shots, get to the basket, get Brandon Walker back involved. He had 7 points real early, got 2 late in the half, but kind of disappeared in the last 2/3 of that first half.
Montana with the basketball. They will go from left to right. Brandon Whitney takes the inbounds pass on a bounce. We're underway in the second half. Johnson turns down to the right block, throws up to the top. Bobbled, recovered by Moore near the half-court line. Here's Johnson now. Working on the right wing. Has to throw out to the left side. Moore crossing over, 6 to shoot. Driving a kick. Johnson tries a 3. That's no good. The Bobcats get the stop and the rebound.
Good possession, good adjustment there. Sam Lekalot helping off Priebe, trying to take away penetration.
McMahon down to the right block. Backing in, backing down. Bounce to Walker at the free throw line. Kick out to Zephyr. Back to Walker. Patience on the offensive side. Now Walker turns the corner and draws the foul. Got body checked by Sawyer as he missed the left-handed shot off the side of the backcourt. And that foul is the second on Sawyer.
That's a good take by Brandon Walker right there. Now converting at the free throw line, and then the great thing about a second free throw make, it lets you set your defense, and that's what Montana State, when they've been set, they've been all right. It's been transition off misses or turnovers where the defense has really broke down.
First free throw is good from Brandon Walker. He's back into double figures with 10. He has scored between 17 and 20 points in each of his last 5 games.
Yeah, and right there, that third foul on Sawyer sends him to the bench, so makes Montana not quite as physical on the front court.
Yeah, it is the third. I had mentioned it was 2. It is 3 on Sawyer, my mistake. Second free throw is no good. That's the first miss by the Cats at the free throw line after starting 4 for 4. 42-31, Montana leading with the ball. Walker throws to the left wing, and Moore drains a deep 3. Malik Moore now with 11 points.
And right there on just a little screen and rescreen, there's not enough space for Zephyr to get back through it.
Zephyr out in the right corner, gives to McMahon on that side. McMahon working the right baseline, draws a double team, and Brandon Whitney picks his pocket. Whitney into the front court through the first 90 seconds of the second half. Johnson in the lane and a foul. Count the bucket. Kai Johnson putting a stamp on this one, and Bryce Zephyr picks up his first foul.
That was NBA continuation right there. I didn't think he gathered at the contact. But boy, howdy, is he rocking and rolling tonight. 16 already, looking at 17.
A lot of ball. Johnson completes it. So he's got 17 points tonight. There's a 13.5 point per game score at Western Washington. Zephyr gives to Lekalot, then to McMahon left side. Lob down to Brandon Walker left baseline. Backing down on Priebe, still way out high. And then a foul, the hand check on Priebe. His first.
Boy, I don't know how Priebe could guard that any better. I mean, he didn't have any hands on him. He was just pure leg strength and chest on Brandon Walker. He was looking around, looking over at the computer, trying to figure out what he's got to do better.
Zephyr lobs it into Walker out on the left wing. Takes it into the lane, spins up, and fouled. So Walker will get himself back to the line. And Priebe just picked up his second foul in the same possession.
Two quick ones right there. Cats down 17 right here after giving up a 6-1 run to start second half. They've got to dial this in pretty quickly.
First free throw is no good. Walker shooting into the student section, which is full today. Puts it home. 11 points for Brandon Walker today. 48-32, Montana leading. They dominated this game here last year, winning by 19 in Missoula. Whitney moves it around the perimeter up to the top. Johnson, bounce pass underneath, knocked free and out of bounds. Staying here with Montana, but a good job by Pat McMahon to get into the passing lane.
Yeah, and better job by the Cats. There are 2 ball screens they handled well with switches. A little bit tighter on that coverage, making sure they come together before the action or the roll happens.
Whitney working up at the top. Handoff on the right wing. Johnson against Leck-a-Lot. Gets himself into the paint. Now leans in, floats it, no. Walker the rebound. That was good defense by Leck-a-Lot.
Really good defense by the big fella.
Here's Zephyr. Posted up down in the left block against the guard, Brandon Whitney. Comes right around the screen. Faces up, directs traffic, gives to Walker, left corner. Skip pass to McMahon. Fires a right corner 3. In and out. Rebound, tipped, and won by Montana. Bobcats are 1 of 6 from the three-point line. Out to the right wing, wide open 3, short. Cats got away with one. Cats have the rebound. That was Brad Key. He was 4 for 4 from deep in the game on Monday against Idaho. Zephyr down in the right corner, turns to the elbow. Pivoting in the paint, steps through with the left hand, bangs it off the window and in. That was a crafty move by Bryce Zephyr. He looked socked in and found a way out of it. 6 points.
Yeah, and Cats are hanging right there. Right now they don't have a lot of shooting, so it's going to have to be stuff off the bounce.
Blocked. Max Ogbongbolo knocks it away from Whitney. Here comes Montana State in transition, and Zephyr is fouled as he went to the rack. Officials keep an eye on things. Nothing too feisty. I think this one's on the floor. It is.
And that's too bad because he was gathering to go up and shoot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if that other one that Johnson got was a shot, that was definitely a shot. That's exactly the point Logie's making right now.
How is that not on the shot?
What else was he doing with it?
Clearly gathering to go score. It turns out to be a tremendous foul by Montana to not have to give up free throws.
Bounce pass into Leck-a-Lot. Throws out to the top for Ogbongbolo. Takes it to the elbow, down to the mid-post, and lost it out of bounds, staying here with Montana State. That is a growl from DeCure.
Yeah, he didn't like that call. I couldn't see him. Coach Logie standing right in front of me. I just heard the whistle.
Inbound to Ogbongbolo. Lob out to Miller as the Bobcats continue to work on this possession, down by 14. Leck-a-Lot gives to Ogbongbolo, and he's going to the cup. Two-hand flush. Oh, you give him an inch, and he takes a mile with a two-hand dunk.
Cats 5-0 since that start, so even in the second half, 4 minutes in, 6-6.
7 points for Ogbongbolo after that slam. Just under 16 to go in the second half. Pridgeon throws into the right corner. Moore looking around, working his way down, has to kick it out. Pridgeon steps inside and finishes. Right-handed layup by Joe Pridgeon. He's big but crafty.
Yeah, and he's broad and physical. He got a good angle right there, and Big Sam wasn't able to make up that ground.
Here's McMahon open for 3. Got it. Pat McMahon burying the left wing 3.
Someone's got to step up and make shots when you've got your 2 best shooters, Garacki and Patterson, out with injury at this point. You've got to have somebody make some perimeter jump shots.
Lob into the post. Pridgeon, kick out to Whitney. Extra pass to the right corner. Back to the top to Moore. Left wing 3. That's short. Ogbongbolo with the rebound. All right, the Cats have gotten a stop after the 3, and they have a chance to cut it to a single-digit deficit with 15 minutes to go in the game. To the left corner, McMahon pumps the 3. Attacking the rim. Lays it, no, but he draws the foul. Man, oh man, he almost rolled that in off the fingertips, but he'll have a couple of free throws coming up when we come back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. 14 minutes, 57 seconds to go in the game. Grizzlies leading the Bobcats 50-39. The Cats at the free throw line after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. but not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded tortilla soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at Qdoba.com or in the app.
There is a local ranch just outside of Boise, Idaho, that has masterfully bred Japanese Wagyu cattle with American Angus cattle. Now this American-style Wagyu beef is available to you and your family. Rosars presents Snake River American-style Wagyu beef. Snake River Farms beef is famously found in many exclusive five-star steak restaurants. Snake River Farms, available at your local neighborhood Rosars.
When a power line has fallen down, it can be downright dangerous and even deadly. That's because downed lines can still energize the ground and objects around them. To help keep you and others safe, Northwestern Energy says stay at least 35 feet or the length of a semi-truck away from a downed power line and anything the line is touching. You should always assume the line is live, and if you see a downed line, immediately call 911 and warn others. Northwestern Energy, delivering a bright future.
At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. 14:57 to go in the game. Bobcats with a little bit of a run right now, down 50-39. Pat McMahon is going to the line. Brian, what are the Cats doing right?
Yeah, they're rebounding really well, and they're defending right now. They've held Montana to 37% here in the second half, and it's just been they've shored up that on-ball screen defense. And on the other end, Pat McMahon's asserted himself here. He's got a little bit of rhythm going. He's going to the line, as you said. He's knocked down a three already, so you feel like he's got a little something in his repertoire that's working.
First free throw is good. He's been a second-half player the last two games since he started coming off the bench. See if that holds true again today. And Montana State battling back. They were down by 17 at the start of this second half after a couple of buckets by Montana.
Yeah, and in the last 2.5 minutes, they've cut that down to 10, make it 9.
McMahon hits them both. All right, hey, game on. Cats down 9. Grizzlies with the ball going from left to right. 14:50 to go in the game. Can the Cats keep up the defensive pressure? Moore throws to Pridgeon with a bounce pass on the left baseline. Up to the top, Money Williams, who's been mostly quiet today. Bounce to Pridgeon, slip into the rack. Reverse layup, no, but a foul. Into traffic. Sam Lecolot, his first.
Yeah, and Sam just came down on that. I thought they had good position. He was going to have a hard time finishing there in the traffic, but when you drop that arm on a shooter around the basket, referee's going to blow that whistle quick.
The official explaining just that to Coach Logie.
Yeah, they were not going to. He was not going to finish that. He had nowhere to go. Sam kind of bailed him out by slapping at it, and he'll have to learn from that and get better.
All right, we're on an Easter egg hunt now.
Contact lens.
Yes, I think he lost the contact lens. So everybody looking around right now, looking down, squatting down. I think he just found it.
Yeah, I think he's got it, but getting that thing back in your eye after it was rolling around on that floor, that can't be hygienic.
Yeah. So he's with the trainer now, so throw the Visine on it, the solution. And a slight delay, a contact delay. So we've had an ROTC repel delay.
Yep.
And now we got a contact delay. So apparently Montana's just getting all of their kinks out for things that don't relate to the scoreboard.
Yeah, don't relate to basketball hardly at all. But at some point, if you can't get that lens, it looks like he's got it. So he's heading to the line now. I just tell him as he walked out there, if you can't see the rim clearly, just aim at the middle one.
Sounds like somebody's had their bell rung a couple of times before going to the rim. Pridgeon knocks down the free throw. Know what's below? Tap, click, or call 811 before you dig. Brought to you by Montana, 811.org. Pridgeon's free throw is good. Pridgeon has 8 today. Averages 12 a game. Bobcats back down by double figures, trailing by 11, but they have the ball. 14:30 to go in the game. Jed Miller turns the corner down to the left baseline, cut off. And a foul away from the ball on Montana.
And there you got 16 fouls now on the Grizz. So Montana State's got an opportunity to be aggressive here and get themselves to the line, score some points without the clock running, and keep chipping away at this lead.
It's Malik Moore who has picked up his second foul. Ogbong Polo gets it in. Like a lot, pivoting at the top. Hands off for McMahon. Working on Austin Patterson. Down to the mid-post. Pivoting, double team, kick out. Miller. Down to the left corner. Here's Mullins. 7 to shoot. Mullins into the lane. Spins to the right shoulder. Lays it up high off the glass. No. Montana the rebound. Stout stop that time by the Grizzlies. Moore working out on the left wing. Gives to Austin Patterson, the transfer from Sac State. Now handoff on the right wing. Into the lane. At the free throw line, Johnson throws down to the right block. Pridgeon reverse layup is good. Pridgeon into double figures. He's got 10, and it's back to a 13-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, back-to-back possessions. Montana finds a way to get a pair of points and push the lead back up.
McMahon triggers a topside three. That's no good. High arcing rebound. Grabbed by Montana. It's a good look, just didn't fall. BJ Cawley will get ready to check in. Grizzlies with it. Moore throws up to the top. Off to Austin Patterson, back to Williams. Crossing from the left wing, lob underneath. Pridgeon makes the catch, pump fake, lays it good. And now it's Joe Pridgeon's chance to stamp his name on this game. He's got 12 total points.
Yeah, 6-0 run by Pridgeon. He scored 3 straight possessions.
Mullins to the cup, got blocked, recovered by Lecolot. He lays it in. Looked like it could have been goaltending. Lecolot with a putback.
Yeah, it should have been goaltending. Easy call, but got missed. But thankfully, Sam's there to clean up the mess.
Grizzlies with it to our right. Johnson working on the left wing, and his pass kicked and into the first row of seats. That thing came in with some velocity to a couple of Grizzly fans' chests, but they're okay.
Yeah, and that shouldn't be a kick because Sam's foot was on the floor. It went off his thigh. So no reset on the shot clock. It'll say 15. A little bit of a good omen there for the Cats.
Actually, they just went back and reset it to 20.
And they shouldn't have. But Tyler Patterson checking in here, so going to test that shoulder, see what he's got. He's got a tough matchup because he's stuck on Money Williams right now.
Need some shots, need some threes. Williams working at the top, guarded by Patterson. Left around a screen to the elbow, throws underneath, catch is made, and a blocked. BJ Cawley there with the deny.
Great job being vertical and then just tapping that ball when it gets in his area.
Montana State with it. Thrown to the right wing. Patterson up to the top for Miller. 12 minutes remaining in the game. Montana State down by 13. Cawley, hands off, McMahon. Crossing on the free throw line, posted up, backing down, spins in, lays it home. Pat McMahon just took Money Williams to school.
Yeah, Money Williams doesn't look like he really wants to guard that physicality.
To the right elbow. Thrown back up to the top. Handoff for Williams on the left wing. Down into the left corner. Austin Patterson drives to the line, free throw line. Back out to Williams, 6 to shoot. Williams against McMahon. Long jumper, that's no good. Bobcats get the rebound, trailing by 11. 11:20 to go in the game. Cats defense has improved here in the second half. The foul away from the ball on Tyler Patterson, his second. That takes us to a break. 11:13 to go in the game. Montana State trailing 56-45. It'll be Grizzlies basketball when we come back to the First Interstate Bank broadcast position. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
With friendly customer service and an outstanding location near Montana State University in the base of the Bridger Mountain Range, Country Inn & Suites by Radisson is the perfect place to begin your Bozeman adventure. Country Inn & Suites offers a hot and delicious Be Our Guest breakfast buffet each morning. Free Wi-Fi is available throughout the property, and we have a business center and meeting rooms. Our indoor pool and hot tub is a great way to relax after a day of fun, and the on-site fitness center will keep your workout goals on track. We have spacious king and double queen suites with a full-size sleeper sofa available, and every room in Country Inn & Suites is smoke-free. Reserve your room today.
Bobcat fans, support both your favorite team and Montana State students. When you shop at MSU bookstores, you help lower the price of course materials for Montana State students. MSU Bookstore is owned by MSU students and faculty and serves as the only not-for-profit campus bookstore in Montana. Shop online at msubookstore.org, at Bobcat Stadium on game days, or on campus in the Strand Union Building. Remember, Bobcat fans, when you shop at MSU Bookstore, all proceeds from your purchase go directly to lowering the cost of course materials for Montana State students.
The Northern Pulse Growers Association encourages industry professionals and growers of dry peas, chickpeas, lentils, and fava beans to become members in 2024. Members gain access to cutting-edge research, expert training, market insights, and connect with a Pulse-passionate community. Visit northernpulse.com to join the Northern Pulse Growers Association. Together, we're sowing the seeds of success.
Bobcat Basketball is presented in part by your locally owned McDonald's restaurants. Download the app and earn free food, order from anywhere, and even skip the line with convenient curbside pickup. From the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, 11:13 to go in the ball game. Grizzlies leading 56-45 over the Bobcats. Montana will have the ball coming out of this timeout. It was B.J. Cawley's foul, not Tyler Patterson's going to the break, so quick correction there. Brian, pretty even here in the second half.
Yeah, Cats up 1 in the half. And they're doing a really pretty good job on the defensive end. They're +4 on rebounds in the second half. But turnovers have hurt them. They're -3 on the turnover margin. And the offense has been good, not great. Got to just keep going. But eventually you got to take a 12-point halftime deficit and get it down to 0. Right now they've shaved 1 point off in 9 minutes.
It's kind of weird to hear you say offense good, not great, but the Cats are still shooting 53% from the field in 5 of 9 of the second half.
Yeah, it's just the turnovers, untimely 3 turnovers that take away 3 possessions. The way they're shooting it, they'd have 2 more buckets.
Money Williams serves it up and in off the glass on the left block. 4 points now for Williams.
Yeah, and everything for Williams they designed goes to his left hand. You just got to take that away. That is all he's got is a left hand right now.
Cawley hands it off for Miller at the top. Over to Patterson, right wing. Down to Cawley, right baseline, working on Pridgeon. Throws up to Miller, turns, throws to the left wing. Patterson pumps the 3, gets the open look, and buries it. Tyler Patterson with a pump fake, his first field goal of the day, and it's a Wendy's 3-pointer.
Yeah, Cats needed that right there. Now you got a little advantage from behind the arc. Got to make some shots back there to get some quick scores. Nail this lead down.
It's a 10-point lead for the Grizzlies. Jump pass underneath. Pridgeon lays it up. Got it to go. That was a tough contest by McMahon, and Joe Pridgeon is having a nice second half. He's got 14 total points, 10 since the break. Mullins, alley-oop. Cawley makes the catch and lays it in. Cats have been trying that with B.J. Cawley multiple times, and that time it was the layup.
Yeah, fortunate on that, too, because that was not an easy catch by Cawley and finish. Got to put that rim height right at the rim and let him catch it and flush it.
And B.J. Cawley has a big ceiling. He is big, he is physical, he is athletic. Pridgeon goes out to the top. Whitney triggers a 3. Got it. Brandon Whitney for 3. He's got 9 points. 13-point lead for the Grizzlies.
Yeah, they tried to double Pridgeon there as he's had the hot hand, and Whitney makes him pay.
And now the Cats turn it over. Money Williams is in transition, and he missed the dunk. Jay Mullins dives for the loose ball. Still loose, and Cawley saves it as he was going to the right sideline and slams into the scorer's table and into our colleagues Riley and Ace. And it's Bobcat ball.
Yeah, and that should be Grizzly ball. It was out of bounds there off Cawley. He stepped on the sideline as he was trying to retrieve it.
Yeah, they're talking about it right now.
I think they're going to make the change, but.
Yep. Yeah, Cawley tried to save it, stepped on the sideline, and then while he had it. Right call.
Yep, it's the right call. But another turnover by Montana State here. Bugaboo in the second half right now is turnovers, just not making anything easy for themselves.
Montana with a basketball to our right. They lead by 13. Into the post, and a foul. Pridgeon and Cawley were getting tangled up, so B.J. Cawley has picked up 4 now.
Cawley's got a lot of potential, but right now he's pretty raw. He has a tendency to just end up fouling a little bit. And still learning how to score at this level, but man, the young man's got a lot of potential.
Fourth-year junior. He spent 3 years at Western Washington. Had some injuries that slowed his time. Right wing three by Moore is no good. Mullins wins the contested rebound. Cats with the ball down by 13. 9 minutes to go in the game. It's going to get late fast if Cats aren't careful, and they turned it over again. Pridgeon forcing the issue, and then Money Williams slipped and fell. He's on the floor, and his bounce pass is knocked out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Grizzlies, and now it's the Grizzly defense that's shaping up. And great hustle everywhere. I mean, look, if you're courtside, you better be ready to catch a basketball player right now.
Yeah, you aren't lying. Everything is on the floor and loose. Cats with 9 minutes to go, down 13 now. Looks to me like putting in a lineup here to make a surge. You got Zephyr back in, keeping Patterson, Ogbong Polo, and Brandon Walker step back in. Pat McMahon's had a big night. So here's your guys offensively that you feel like can make the surge to get this thing back in to a contestable game in these next couple of minutes.
Walker has 11, McMahon has 10. Those are the scoring leaders for the Bobcats. Kai Johnson has it up at the top. Gives Austin Patterson, back to Johnson. Dribbles down, bounces it to Sawyer, cuts to the cup, and he missed it. Ogbong Polo affected the shot. Montana State has the rebound, still down by 13. All right, Cats trying to get organized. Zephyr throws to McMahon on the right wing. Takes it down inside, down to the block, goes up and draws the foul. Just walked right into a street fight, and he'll head to the line.
I think that's going to be Sawyer's fourth.
Yep. Montana State's hovering around. It was the 6-minute run by Montana at the end of the first half. It's basically even here in the second half as McMahon goes to the line. But the one thing missing right now, Montana State has not put together any significant run. Their largest run today, a 5-0 mark.
Yeah, 5-0 is not going to cut it at this point.
First free throw's good by McMahon.
They've got to find a way to get a little 8-0 run or a 10-2 run, get this thing back into a two-possession game, and give Montana a little bit of thing to think about. They've had some games where they've given up second-half leads this season, most recently Idaho State. You got to put some pressure on them to make them think about it.
That free throw is good. So McMahon hits them both. It's been a good day at the stripe for the Cats. They are at 9 of 11. Pat McMahon now with a dozen. Again, most of that in the second half. Third straight game he's operated to that script. Grizzlies with it, up by 11. Boy, big opportunity for a stop here as we hit the 8-minute mark. Moore, left wing three, short. Cats have the rebound. All right, they got the stop. That under 8-minute timeout is coming as well. Turning point here. Brandon Walker on the right wing. Handoff for McMahon off a screen, dribbling right, going to the rack. He lays it up, got it to go. He was the aggressor underneath, and Pat McMahon has 14. Down to a 9-point deficit.
Been a while since the Cats have had it single digits, and a chance with the stop to get possession and, again, get this to a two-possession game.
7:30 to go in the game. Johnson, patient, spins into the lane, back to his right, blocked by Walker, still forced it up and got it in. Wow, Kai Johnson, 19. Bobcats with the ball down 11. Zephyr throws to Walker at the top. Over to Patterson, left corner three, balls up, and good. Tyler Patterson gritting through it and knocking down threes. It's an 8-point game.
Two big shots here in the middle portion of the second half. Have this thing down to an 8-point ball game.
Johnson down to the left baseline, cut off, gets rid of it out to Austin Patterson, then up to the top. Surveying and surveying. Moore throws into the right corner. Toss back up to Austin Patterson. Takes it down to the left block. Kick up to the top. Into the lane. Johnson, finger roll is good. Cats just cannot stop Kai Johnson, who has 21 tonight. 6:25 to go in the game. Montana State down 10.
And he's having a career night. I mean, it's just not, it's too simple for him because he's just not that unbelievably talented of a guy.
Brandon Walker could not finish in the middle of the lane. Rebound Montana. Moore takes it to the top. Over to the right wing, Pridgeon. Back to Moore, playing catch. Dribbles right around the screen. Moore lost his footing. Oh, they called a foul. Ow, he just fell. All right, that'll take us to a break. Second foul on Brandon Walker. 5:56 to go in the ball game. Montana State is trailing 67-57. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky Country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats. The Gallatin Valley is thriving, and Bozeman is not only a destination for families to live, work, and play, it's also a destination for businesses. The Bozeman Area Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get involved in Bozeman's thriving business community. The Bozeman Chamber Economic Partnership assists existing businesses through expansion, grows new companies in our community, and attracts fresh opportunities for Gallatin County. Bozeman, our community, a jewel among the Northern Rockies. For more information, go to bozemanchamber.com.
The Bobcats are proud to present these preferred local partners as members of Bobcat Built, Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems, Bryant, whatever it takes, Carrier Heating and Air Conditioning, Carrier, turn to the experts, Ace Roofing, building Montana strong, one roof at a time, Rivers Landscaping, crafting superior outdoor spaces, and NW Construction, proud to call Bozeman home. Montana State Athletics encourages our fans to choose these local businesses. They are proud local sponsors and demonstrate what it means to be a Bobcat. We are Bobcat Built.
Town Pump is a proud sponsor of this Brawl of the Wild rivalry series between Montana State University and the University of Montana. It's all sports, all season long. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions at your local Town Pump. To this point, no Bobcat team has lost to a Grizzly team throughout this academic year yet. Cats on the men's basketball side trying to keep that streak alive, but they're trailing 67-57 with 5:56 to go in the first half. Brian, what do you see?
Yeah, and I mean, they're battling here. This second half has been what you need to have. They've held them under 50% from the field, 2 for 7 from behind the arc. The problem has just been offensively. You're shooting 64%, great job, but -7 on the turnover margin. It's just giving Montana too many extra shots at it. And they're going to have to shore that up. They're going to have to be pretty clean these last 6 minutes, knock down some shots, knock down a few threes.
Yeah, you mentioned the -7 to the turnovers. 7 more shots for Montana, field goal attempts in the second half than Montana State.
Yeah, and even if you shoot 50% on those, right, you're talking 6-7 points pretty easily, and that is a difference maker. That, and they got to figure out Kai Johnson because he's having a career worldly night, out-of-body experience.
He's down to the right block, falls away with a jumper, rimming and good. I mean,
he's had 3 or 4 that have hit 7 spots on the rim before falling through. His night for sure.
Here's Zephyr, turn to the corner, pump fake underneath, lays it up through traffic, no, and draws the foul. It was definitely one of those calls where if it went in, no call. If it doesn't, they're going to whistle it. And Amari Judkins picks up his first foul, the transfer from Green Bay.
Yeah, and I'd say that was a pretty good call there. Tough for Zephyr. He had 3 guys all around him as he drove in, got a piece of paint. Love his aggressive nature and getting into paint.
Zephyr's a good player, man. 5th-year junior. Free throw is good. Spent a year at a prep school as well after high school. It doesn't count toward your college eligibility.
No, technically right now with the lawsuit, the stay is on junior college eligibility counting too. So technically Bryce Zephyr's a freshman. Can you imagine him as a senior if he plays out like this as a freshman?
Next free throw is good. He spent 2 years at North Texas, so he did have 2 D1 years.
That's right. That's right.
5:20 to go in the game. Grizzlies leading 69-59. Working up at the top. Johnson drives again, just chucks it at the rim. This time it's no good. The Bobcats have the rebound. All right. Chance to get it down to 8 here, maybe even 7. Zephyr out on the left wing. Bounce pass to Lekalot. Handoff for Patterson. Comes left around the screen. Throws up to Ogbong Polo. And a foul away from the ball. Sam Lekalot was in a fist fight down underneath the bucket. And it was Joe Pridgeon who gets tagged for his 3rd.
And he'll go to the line here, 1-on-1 for Sam. Cats in the bonus. Now they'll be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Got to take advantage of that. Give yourself free point opportunities and keep that clock stopped.
Right, Sam Leclerc was very candid with the media this week, just talking about how much he wants this game, wants this rivalry, how much of a drag and a drain that start to conference play was to him. And he, like many other Bobcat fans, he was straight up. He's like, look, after that third loss, I couldn't sleep. That was brutal. Front end is good from Leclerc. But he's stuck with it. Into the starting lineup now for Montana State, his 17th career start today.
Yeah, and his defensive effort and intensity has really been a difference maker for this team since he got inserted in the starting lineup.
And now he hits both free throws, 7 points for Sam Leclerc today. Cats have it to within 8. I believe this is as close as they've been in the second half.
It is. Second time they've had it to 8. Got to find a way to get a run going here. Got a little 4-0 run, need a 8-0, 10-0 run.
Stay down! Whitney, bounce pass underneath. Pridgeon backing down, double team help, and a late foul comes in.
Yeah, I like that foul. That's all right. He's got Tyler Patterson down there who's not feeling very good. And you've got a very physical guy on him. There's no free throws. Got him on the ground. Not a bad foul at all by Big Sam.
Yeah, Patterson's given up a couple of LBs to Pridgeon, who's not as big and physical a guard as you're going to find. As Jed Miller comes in, Bryce Zephyr heads to the bench.
Yeah, and really Pridgeon's just an undersized big. He is just a beast physically.
Yeah, he's one of their top rebounders. He's got an edge, too. He's got a little Dennis Rodman to him. Brandon Whitney throws it over to the left wing. Malik Moore has it. 10 to shoot. Moore working to the top, to the left elbow. Rises, fires, short. Rebound, won by the Cats. All right, here we go. Montana State was down by 12 at the half. Trailed by as many as 17 early in the second. Now the Bobcats have a chance to grab a little momentum here, down 8. Miller out in the left wing. Right around the screen. To the free throw line, thrown out to McMahon, 10 to shoot. McMahon down to the right corner, posting up, working his way inside on Patterson, leans through, lays it, good and one. Oh, we got a ball game. Bobcats now down 69-63 after Pat McMahon earns an and one opportunity at the line. Is Patrick McMahon emerging as a Bobcat closer? We're going to find out, and he's going to have a chance. Let's step aside. 3:57 to go in the ball game. Grizzlies 69, Bobcats 63, and the Bobcats going to the line after this timeout. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
The roar of the crowd, the thunder of thousands of fans stomping their feet as the Bobcats take the field. For Mary, her chronic hip pain kept her from the thrill of her favorite pastime. Thanks to the revolutionary orthopedic care from Bozeman's local orthopedic groups and the Bozeman Health Spine and Joint Institute, Mary was back on her feet and back in the game. If chronic spine and joint pain is keeping you from the activities you love, start your journey by visiting bozemanhealth.org/SJI.
Here's to home. Here's to Northwest Crossing, where kids can be kids, and adults can also be kids, and new neighbors feel like old friends. Welcome to Bozeman, Montana's newest master planned community. Life here comes with nearby top-rated Bozeman schools, on-site eateries and retail, office space, parks, trails, and so much more, including new homes from the 500s to 800s, exclusively built by Williams Homes. Learn more at nwxbzn.com. nwxbzn.com.
See every pulse-pounding, buzzer-beating play in astounding detail with a patient experience and second-to-none experienced doctors and advanced technology. Vance Thompson Vision, the official LASIK and cataract surgeon of the Bobcats, is your home for laser vision correction. Learn more at VanceThompsonVision.com. Bobcats are 3-4 in Big Sky play. Montana is 5-2. This could be one of those turning points for the Cats in the Big Sky season if they can finish this comeback. Pat McMahon is at the line, and the free throw is good. 69-64, Grizzlies leading. 3:57 to go in the game. Montana facing full court pressure from left to right. Johnson jump pass ahead to Money Williams. Into the right corner for Moore. Turns down a 3, and the Grizzlies set it up.
Cats on a 7-0 run right here. 5 of the 7 at the free throw line. Doing a great job.
Tyler Patterson, a hand check foul. Easiest call of the night. Second foul on Patterson.
And again, Money Williams all left, man. He is not even considered going right. One time tonight, I didn't see that as much on film, but you see him in person. There's such a propensity to go left. It's crazy.
Patterson to the bench. Giving it all he's got. Respect the gut.
Yeah, heart and soul of a senior right there, man, knowing that he's only got 2 more Cat Grizz in his career. He's done everything possible. He had 2 huge threes here in the second half.
Yeah. So Money Williams is going to the line. It's a 1-and-1 for the sophomore from Oakland. And that free throw is good. From the same high school as Damian Lillard. Only played in 1 game after December 19th last year due to injury. They'll dial it up again. That is good. 6 points for Money Williams today. He averages 13 a game. Bobcats down 7 with the ball. 3:35 to go in the game. Miller, bounce pass to Lekalot out on the right wing. Still holding. Handoff for Zephyr. Turns the corner, lost it, and Montana takes it away from Zephyr in the paint. Johnson slows it down on the right wing. It's getting late here. Bobcats can't give up many more buckets.
Yeah, I thought Zephyr had an angle to get to the rim there and score, bring this back down to a 5-point game, but the turnover costly.
Money Williams working out on the left wing. 7 to shoot. Spots up for 3. Missed it. Bobcats have the rebound. Took a lot of time off the clock, though. And Montana State will use a timeout. For the First Interstate Bank broadcast position, Montana State is trailing 71-64 against the Grizzlies with 2:53 to go in the ball game in the 309th Brawl of the Wild. Let's step aside. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
It was a nice spring day, so I decided to do a little work around the house. I didn't think anything of it. I've dug 1,000 holes 1,000 times until I hit a shallow gas line. The repair cost me over $5,000, and in one fell swoop, the family vacation was kaput. I know I'm not the only one, but it still hurts. Next time I'm calling 811 before I dig.
Learn from Jerry and hundreds of others. Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Montana811.org.
Town & Country Foods is a proud supporter of Bobcat Athletics. As a locally owned company, we believe the benefit of buying local helps support the local economies in southwest Montana. Our stores offer great selections of items you need every day, including organics, specialty foods, fresh meats and produce, along with incredible selections from our bakery and deli departments. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee-owned and serves southwest Montana with 8 locations. Visit your local Town & Country Foods today. Go Cats!
At Firehouse Subs, a portion of every purchase helps provide much-needed life-saving equipment to first responders across the country. That's why at Firehouse Subs, they make their subs differently, because their subs can make a difference. Their family of restaurant owners and local crews are proud to continue to serve you the hot, hearty, life-saving subs you crave every day. In fact, it's never been easier to grab their subs to go with Rapid Rescue to Go. Save time when you order online at firehousesubs.com or on their app. Firehouse Subs. Enjoy more subs. Save more lives.
At First Interstate Bank, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. 2:53 to go in the game. Grizzlies leading 71-64. Bobcats have the ball down 7. They just used a timeout. Brian, Cats are down by 12 at the end of that first half. They've outscored Montana by 5 since then, but, man, they are just so close. Montana's hit a couple of big shots.
Yeah, Kai Johnson just been the guy that every time the Cats get a little bit of something, he finds magic and makes something. He's got 23 points so far. Cats have got time. I mean, 7-point run here, but there's no margin for error. No turnovers and got to get stops, followed by rebounds and efficient offense to get her done.
Yeah, Montana's turned the ball over 13 times. Montana State has turned the ball over 13 times. Montana has just 5 turnovers. Big possession. Everything's got to have it now. Sam Leck, a lot of the elbow underneath. McMahon makes the catch, pump fake, lays it up. Oh, he missed the bunny. Tips out the rebound, and Montana wins it. Man, he got there, couldn't finish.
God, he had the look. They drew up the play, got the back door, had an easy deuce, just couldn't make it.
2:30 left with the clock winding. Money Williams hands off for Moore. They're going to milk this clock. Moore working down on the left wing. Backs it out again. 7 to shoot now. Moore throws to Money Williams. 4. Williams into the lane. Floats it high off the glass. No. Cats get the stop. Lekelot the rebound. 2 minutes to go in the game. Got to hustle here. Down 7. Miller goes to the near side. Ogbong Polo gets into the lane. Puts up the runner. High off the glass. No good. Wild shot. Montana the rebound. And the wheels are off.
That was not a good shot right there. He had a chance to get a good look, but physicality of Pritchard just wouldn't let him get close to the basket. He got knocked off his line and then couldn't finish.
Ogbong Polo, 7 points, 3 field goal makes today. He had those 2 big slashes, and it's been kind of quiet since. And a foul on Miller.
That's a bailout call right there. He had to travel. Cats with a couple shots in the paint here in the last minute. Neither have gone. Otherwise, this could be a one-possession ball game.
And right now, I mean, look, the biggest margin of defeat for the Bobcats this season in Big Sky play is 5. Free throws up and good. Front end is through for Kai Johnson, who continues to add to his all-universe night. But it is pretty impressive that even though the Bobcats have lost a few games, none of them have been blowouts. This one is good. This could have been a blowout. It was a 17-point lead for Montana early in the second half. Miller working out on the right wing, and he draws the foul on Money Williams, so that'll be 2 free throws with the clock stopped from your best free throw shooter with 91 seconds left. That is a mental mistake.
That is just a really dumb basketball play right there by Money Williams. And I got to tell you, there's been some hype around second-round draft pick, this, that, and the other thing. Not tonight. Not tonight. He's a second-team player in the Big Sky on any roster in the Big Sky. He's not been a good player tonight, and he's made some bad mistakes that has cost his team desperately.
Miller knocks down the first free throw. We'll get another opportunity. He knocks them both down. Cats down 7. Bryce Zephyr in, Jed Miller to the bench.
Got a little offense-defense right now. Cats need turnovers. They don't need just stops. They need turnovers. They're 3 possessions down with 1:30 to go.
Into the backcourt. Moore makes a contested catch. Gives to Johnson on a bounce pass, and he blows across the half-court line. Long pass ahead, and they break through it. Cats will play straight up on this possession. Really, one more bucket feels like it's going to totally ice this thing. Kai Johnson standing tall, burning the clock, 10 to shoot. They can take it to about a minute left on this possession. Johnson against Patterson. Spots up for 3. Heat check. No, missed it. Cats have the rebound. Into the front court. Ogbong Polo behind the back dribble. Draws the foul. So he'll go to the line with Bobcats down by 7.
Stops the clock, which is critical. Can get this down to a 5-point game. So 2-possession game. Probably play this first possession out defensively straight up. See if you can get the stop and then start into the foul game after that.
Free throw is good. 8 points for Ogbong Polo today. And that one is good as well. All right, hanging around. Down 5, a minute to go, just under. Turnover would be big. Johnson looking to inbound. Throws it into Money Williams, deep in the backcourt. Double team trap comes. Jump pass down the left sideline. Whitney makes the catch, throws ahead. Moore into the front court. Tapers off, out to the left wing. 45 seconds left in the game. The play straight up.
Got to at this point, 14 seconds, and then quick bucket and a timeout.
Whitney working on Zephyr. Bounce pass to Money Williams. Right wing 3. No. McMahon skies for the rebound. Shot clock off. Cats have it right to left. Zephyr on the drive to the cup. Lays it up. That's good. Timeout Cats. Bryce Zephyr just went straight into the kitchen. He stood tall in the heat. Could have been an and one opportunity as well. Grizzlies 73, Bobcats 70 with 22 and a half seconds left.
One possession game. Now you're going to need some free throw misses to keep the hope alive a little bit. And Montana's a really good free throw shooting team. That is one thing they have been pretty good at, especially the guys on the floor. But the Cats have put themselves in a position. I hate to say, the one thing that's crazy right now, there's 22 seconds left.
Yeah.
Vegas's score for this game was 73-70.
They had it at 3.5, Grizzly favor.
Yeah,
right there.
The over/under put it at 73.5, 70. I mean, it's incredible how good they are figuring that out. I don't know how they do it.
We don't have any betting sponsors, so I can just say, don't bet. You're not going to outsmart the house. You're just not smarter than their algorithms.
You think that they build big casinos in Vegas on losers?
No. No, sir. What a ball game it has been by Montana State, battling back from 17 points down, trailing by 3. They did add a little time. They added about a second. So 23 and a half seconds left now.
Yeah. Try and get a steal on the inbounds. If you don't have it by half court, you're going to have to foul. See if they can get some magic, get something lucky.
Oh, a memorable moment could be happening. Certainly the conditions are there. Kai Johnson ready to inbound with the Grizzlies up 3, 23 seconds to go. Inbound into the backcourt. Moore looking for room. Weaving in the backcourt, draws the foul on Ogbonk Polo. All right, 19 and a half left.
Not the guy you want to put at the line either, but it is a 1-on-1, so you just need him to miss this front end and have about 20 seconds left to come down and get your magic.
Patterson into the game, so you add a three-point shooter. Zephyr off. Malik Moore going to the line. Third-year junior from Ventura. Played at Pepperdine. Now his first year here, he is 83% from the free throw line, 30 of 36. Front end of the 1-and-1, and it's good. 4-point game, Grizzlies leading with 19 and a half seconds left.
And you got enough time for 2 possessions, but you're probably going to need 2 threes, and then you need Montana to miss a free throw somewhere along the way.
Next foul will be the 10th for Montana State, and the free throw is good. So Malik Moore knocks them both down. He's got 13 points today, which is about his per-game average. Back to a 5-point head advantage for the Grizzlies, 75-70 with 19 and a half seconds left.
Yeah, going to take a quick 3 right now. Bobcats have got a shooting lineup on the floor. Everybody can make the 3-point shot. Got to get one probably in the first 5 to 7 seconds if you can do it. Quick timeout thereafter, and then see if you foul and get a 1 of 2 or 0 for 2 and get one more shot to either win it or send it into overtime.
And Montana State has won just twice here in the last 18 games at Dahlberg Arena. The Bobcats struggled here for a long time. Many teams have. Cats, no quit tonight. Down by 12 at the half, down by 17 with 18 and a half minutes to go. They pulled within 3 as close as they've been, now down 5.
Yeah, lots of time, relative to what you need, but you got to execute perfectly twice in a row.
A little pressure on the inbounds pass. Ogbonk Polo gets it in. Down the right sideline, Miller has the dribble. Angles back across the half-court line, 15 seconds left. Miller out to the left wing, has the dribble with 12. Handoff there, Ogbonk Polo rises, fires, misses. Fight for the rebound, Lekalot won it. Oh, they called the foul on Lekalot. And that should be just about it. Everybody rising to their feet. Grizzly fans making their presence now.
Yeah, Ogbonk Polo thought he got hit on that 3 right here. He immediately turned to the ref after he let it fly. No whistle, and the foul on Lekalot makes it probably academic.
75-70, Grizzlies leading, 6.5 to go, 6.5 seconds to go in this game. And it's Money Williams at the line, 75% free throw shooter, and he knocks it down.
We said it was going to be a guy off the bench, and I consider Kai Johnson a guy off the bench.
Yeah.
There's no doubt his 25 points tonight is the difference for Montana. If he has even an average night, Bobcats walk out of here with the easy W.
And it's once again a proof point of how close this Bobcat team is to just absolutely take it off and what they're capable of. Inbound to Miller, back to McMahon down the right sideline, trailing by 7. 3 seconds to go, into the right corner, 3 by Patterson. Nope, ball game over. Bobcats fall 77-70 against the Grizzlies. Two longtime dear friends, Matt Logie and Travis DeCure, share a hug. A lot of respect between those two. Got two darn good basketball programs here in Montana right now.
Yeah, no doubt. And if you look at the last, 7 seasons, one of these two teams has represented the Big Sky in the NCAA tournament.
And the road through the postseason goes through one of these two programs, and these two teams were just locked in a die-hard battle tonight. The most lopsided loss by the Bobcats this year, only 7 points. Bobcats, man, they are so close. They will rip your heart out at times, but it's always a better day to be wearing the gold than the silver. All right, we'll take a break, head into the Ribbon Chop House postgame show. Bobcats fall 77-70 against the Grizzlies tonight. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
At Intermountain Health, we believe life is a circle. May yours surround you with insight, a healthy perspective, trust, and reassurance. The belief that our differences aren't that different, and compassion just when you need it most. Life is a circle. May yours help you live the healthiest life possible. Intermountain Health.
Montana Fence, located in Billings, Bozeman, Great Falls, and Kalispell, is Montana's largest fencing superstore. Get everything you need for your fencing projects at rock bottom pricing. Low prices on all styles of farm fence, chain link, vinyl privacy, ornamental iron, cedar pickets, continuous panels, wood privacy. We have it all. Quality materials at truckload prices. Let the experts at Montana Fence help you plan your next project. Whether you use our team or do it yourself, check out Montana Fence.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
Northern States Fishing Tools, a proud sponsor of the Montana State Bobcats, has been serving the eastern Montana and western North Dakota oil fields since 1978. We are here to provide you with the best tools and services, all at competitive prices. Northern States Fishing Tools services the Williston Basin with fishing and rental tools, along with downhole tools that include packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. We have the expert knowledge to give you satisfying results based on your specific needs. Go Bobcats!
Open your new Stockman Bank account anytime, anywhere with online account opening. Now, you can open an account in minutes on your laptop, tablet, or mobile phone. It's convenient, simple, and secure. Open your new account today at stockmanbank.com. Then, add our online and mobile banking services so you can manage your money when, where, and how you want. Stockman Bank, Montana's brand of banking. Member FDIC.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, who pump it up,
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Bobcat Basketball has been brought to you by Door Tech, raising the door on quality, Montana State University, Mountains and Mines, and by Rate, the foundation of great homes throughout Montana. Live from the First Interstate Bank broadcast booth, this is Bobcat Postgame.
It was a valiant fight that fell short. Cats fall 77-70 against the Grizzlies today. Welcome to the Ribbon Chop House postgame show, brought to you by the Ribbon Chop House, home of premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs, all served in a casual atmosphere. All right, before we dive too far into this ball game, let's first pause 10 seconds for our network station identification. This is Montana State Basketball.
AM 1450, KMMS, and K236CY Bozeman, 1340 KPRK Livingston, where Montana talks.
I'm Keaton Gillogly alongside Brian Priebe as the Bobcats fall today 77-70. Montana State falls to 8-13. They are 3-5 in Big Sky play. Montana improves to 13-8. They are 6-2 in conference action, and they are a game back of first place behind Northern Colorado. Brian, the Bobcats, again, we sound like we're a broken record. The Bobcats are so close. The ceiling is still the ceiling, and they just can't quite get it over the hump, and today Montana was the better team.
Yeah, they were the better team at the end of the first half. I think they found the ball screen action that was able to give them some runs. They went 18-7 in the last 6 minutes of that first half, and that was just too big a hole to do when you're playing your rival on the road. But if you look at the rest of the game, this team was very much in the mix, played really, really well with Patterson at maybe 60%, Gracke not even on the floor. So there's some good signs. They've still won 2 of these last 3 of the last 5. They go home, got to win these 2 home games, and you set yourself up for a February where, man, like you say, you're close. So if you can figure out what it is to get over the top, get yourself ready and head into the tournament and make some noise again.
The Bobcats will have every opportunity next weekend to get into February at 500 if they sweep that home weekend against Sac State and then Portland State. Portland State game is February 1st, but you could be in February at 500, the Big Sky. All right, let's pause. We got plenty more to get to. Of course, we'll talk with head coach Matt Logie, but first a timeout. 77-70, Montana beats Montana State. Back after this, you're listening to Bobcat Basketball, presented by Learfield.
If you're in need of structural engineering for your residential, commercial, or wireless telecommunications project, Ascent Engineering provides comprehensive solutions for your project's success. Ascent Engineering is now serving the Big Sky country in southwestern Montana. Whether it's a new residential home, new commercial building, long-awaited remodel, covered outdoor living space, retaining wall, or telecommunications tower, Ascent Engineering is your expert at providing forensics, assessments, or designs. Ascent Engineering is a proud supporter of your Montana State Bobcats.
Bozeman Spirits Distillery, craft distilling award-winning spirits since 2014. Making some of your favorites like Bobcat Gold Bourbon, Montana 1889 Whiskey, Cold Spring Huckleberry Vodka, Jim Bridger Bourbon, and many more. Visit the tasting room, try signature craft cocktails, and purchase bottles today. Located at 121 West Main, Bozeman Spirits Distillery, downtown Bozeman.
It's the season of home improvement, and Williams Plumbing will help you tackle the big stuff. Are old roots clogging your sewer line? Williams has the tools to fix it. Have you checked your septic system lately? We have the knowledge and experience to maintain or repair it. Looking to install a yard hydrant? We'll do it promptly and professionally. Don't sweat the big stuff. Call Williams Plumbing today.
Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Savory veggie broth packed with flavor from tomatoes, peppers, onions, and spices. Enjoy loaded tortilla soup in a bowl or crunchy tortilla shell with your favorite protein and craveable toppings. That's right, the soup sensations fans have been raving about has returned. But not for long, so get it while it's hot. Loaded Tortilla Soup is back at Qdoba. Order today at qdoba.com or in the app.
Back at the Ribbon Chop House postgame show, Montana State falls 77-70 on the road against the Grizzlies. Valiant effort, but the Bobcats come up just shy today. At Montana's Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you. Brian, Pat McMahon, 18 points today. He looked good. He was a killer in the second half.
Yeah, he really was. He did a great job of getting to the basket. He finished around the rim, made his free throws. It was really good to see him playing with that physical edge that the Bobcats needed, and he just keeps taking step forward every time as it's just week to week.
It's getting close. It's coming along as Montana State, again, comes up 7 points shy today in what turned out to be a really good ball game, but Montana gets the win. We are joined now by head coach Matt Logie after this ball game. Coach, appreciate you coming over and joining us here. It was a big deficit there at the early part of the second half, but boys came back. They fought hard, made it very close at the end, and Patrick McMahon once again really asserted himself in the second half. What'd you see from Pat McMahon trying to get you guys back in this one?
Yeah, Pat did a good job, just continuing to attack the paint, plan their balance around the rim. Like to have that one back at the end to get it, to almost one possession. But the kid really battled and gave us a nice burst when we needed it. I thought this game came down to just the margins of shot attempts. I mean, we shot 53% from the field, but our turnovers were really preventable and careless. We only had 13, but they just weren't necessary. And so whether it resulted in points off of turnovers for them, that's we ended up minus 11 on that margin, and then they got some second chance points as well. Some things that are fairly easy to clean up. Would have been nice to have Brian out there for some floor spacing at times, but I was proud of the way our guys fought, and Montana played well.
Felt like the first 12, 13, 14 minutes was just neck and neck, super physical. The refs were letting them play, and then the turning point kind of came that last 6 minutes of the first half. Montana got that 12-point lead. Seemed like it just struggled a little bit with the ball screen action up top.
Yeah, we didn't execute. We didn't have our gaps where they needed to be. Guys were on islands as we had not intended to have them be, and that's why they go into the half shooting 63%. Our response to that was good. We held them under 40 for the second half, but in those moments, especially if you're getting empty possessions with silly turnovers, you really have to hunker down and try to keep it around 30 to 30 at the half instead of 42-30.
Yeah, no question about it. As you look down the last, say, 6 minutes of the game, felt like the execution was really at a high level on both ends of the floor, which allowed you to get to that possession where the layup just didn't go your way.
Yeah, we're getting better in that area. We had one possession that we didn't execute with the call, but we got the ball right where we wanted with Pat, on the side OB, and I thought our guys hung in the fight really well, and in a tough place to play in a game like this, obviously.
Coach, appreciate the time. Keep chopping wood. We'll look forward to talking to you again next week.
Thanks. Go Cats.
All right, that's head coach Matt Logie. Bobcats fall today 77-70. Back with more of the Ribbon Chop House postgame show after this. You're listening to Bobcat Basketball presented by Learfield.
The Ribbon Chop House was founded in 2001. Our ability to grow has come through our commitment to Rocky Mountain hospitality, a concept which incorporates a casual attitude with our high-level commitment to loyalty, safety, service, and quality food. At the Ribbon Chop House, our staff is dedicated to creating extraordinary experiences that raise the bar in each of our communities. Enjoy premium steaks, fresh seafood, and award-winning baby back ribs. We look forward to sharing a little Rocky Mountain hospitality with you.
Hello, tomorrow. We may not know exactly what you've got in store for us, for our routines and our normals. But here's the thing. Turns out, we've got this. We haven't seen everything, but we have seen ourselves be more ready for whatever you bring than we thought we would be. So when it comes to tomorrow, bring on the day. First Interstate, built for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Visit us at firstinterstate.com.
At Montana State University, students shape signature experiences that take them across the state and into local communities. MSU is dedicated to its land-grant mission, integrating transformational learning, discovery, and service that improves lives. You'll find our students teaching across Montana, conducting research in the heart of Yellowstone National Park, or even creating small shelter prototypes to address homelessness. Montana State University. Think outside.
The power of we believes in you. It advocates for you. It completes your circle. It makes sure you have the strongest circle possible. And with Intermountain Health in yours, you'll always have the care you need to live the healthiest life possible. That's the power of we. Intermountain Health.
For all of your tree and lawn care needs, turn to Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care, a proud sponsor of MSU Athletics. Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care provides outstanding service for your landscape. For pruning, removals, stump grinding, tree moving, plant health care, and all of your landscaping maintenance needs. Check out Arbor Medic Tree and Lawn Care. Wade duly certified arborist.
No matter how far you may go, there's always one just down the road. Town Pump, ooh, pump it up, pump it up.
Town of Pump is excited to once again sponsor the Brawl of the Wild Rivalry Series between Montana State and the University of Montana. Look for special Brawl of the Wild promotions throughout the year at your local Town Pump.
Town Pump, right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
Back at the River Chop House post-game show. Bobcats fall today 77-70 against Montana. All right, let's get to our first Security Bank highlights of the game. We can take a listen to those right now. Here's Zephyr into the lane, stops, pivoting. Lob out to Ogbong Polo. Got a stoppage coming to the next whistle. Ogbong Polo, skip pass, Lekalot. Open, left wing three, knockdown. Sam Lekalot loving it. Oh, he was up and ready to go to play this ball game, and Sam Lekalot knocks down the first Wendy's 3-ball to game for Montana State. Bobcats with the ball, trailing by 7, their largest deficit of the game in what's been an even game to this point. Ogbong Polo attacks the rim, finishes with the left hand, and draws the foul. Lob out to Miller as the Bobcats continue to work on this possession, down by 14. Lekalot gives to Ogbong Polo, and he's going to the cup, two-hand flush. Oh, you give him an inch, and he takes a mile with a two-hand dunk. Cauley hands off McMahon. Crossing on the free throw line.